You see all of me, walk into my mystery, step inside, hold on for dear life. Do you remember me? Capture you and set you free. I am all of me. I am. I am. Hi, everyone. Love how more people got turned away by me showing up and singing. Hey, everyone. It's a hat stream kind of night because this is what it looks like otherwise. It's a hat off, I think. I've been wearing my hat for like 4 straight hours. I need to get it off for a minute. But I'm actually early to the watch along for the first time in God knows how long. Oh yeah, it was a great episode of Raw. All right. We are here. It is the Raw watch along. As the description said, I'm going to be cleaning up back here a little bit because I've got something special I'm working on that I need to have the room actually clean to film. Ever thought about doing a custom pay-per-view, um, like Bad Blood Tokyo? Eh, like I've thought about it. At first, I thought you meant a custom pay-per-view, like completely original name and stuff, like I did with Heroes Welcome for TNA. And for that, I've talked to Ray about it, but we both agree that it wouldn't work with the YouTube algorithm that well because no one's gonna be searching up stuff like Heroes Welcome. Um, but like custom international shows, maybe. We got Rhea and Raquel in a no holds barred match tonight. My heart be still my beating heart. Oh, New Day, our public enemy number one backstage tonight. Oh man, we got a big night. Well, here's oh, thank you, Daryl. Here's Finn. Finn and friends, minus the ladies. Oh, the Finn and Dom tension continues. Oh man, I got a few things to add to the website tonight. I only got Speed and Raw to do tonight though, because we didn't really have a big weekend on the channel as compared to normal. This I'll just jump right in and get that done. And yes, for those wondering, I will be doing Saturday night's main event watch along. I don't know why I wouldn't. Crossbow said they were cool till they lose the titles. Can't wait. I have nothing I can say to that. I will say that Mr. Cross and I have reached an understanding that it is in fact above my pay grade to ask questions about his financial dealings with the officials of the LS11 universe, and I am not being I am not being forced to make this statement against my will by any means. The Final Testament have not threatened any bodily harm to me or my loved ones for this statement. Thank you. We're kind of getting. I'm not gonna say face Gunther, but it looks like we've kind of gone like tweener Gunther lately, and I'm kind of here for it. Or got threatened to get thrown downstairs as we said. Well, yeah, yeah. I am waiting for the day that they add stairs for people to get thrown down to the game, because Karrion Cross's new thing will be he just throws people downstairs. Hey Pierre, good to see you. But yeah, pour one out for JD McDonough. He died like he lived. God dang maniac. And once more, Priest managing to 4v1 the Judgment Day, because of course he is. And that's why I said where it's more like tweener Gunther than anything. I mean, I feel like this is going to culminate with a triple threat match at the Rumble or something. I feel like that's where it's going at this point, right? And once more, the Job Squad of Judgment Day getting bodied by Priest. Hey, Brandon. Yeah, I would also just do the triple threat at that point, because, like, kind of tired of all of this. Well, eventually they got the 4v1 advantage. Oh boy. Seeing JT come into the chat and just say my name with one word, and that be the only message, always ends really weirdly. What obscure thing are you about to ask my opinion on this time? Or what outlandish statement are you about to ask me if it is okay about today? Or are you going to pretend to be offended that I called you out in 4K right there? Oh yeah, Finn is definitely not winning now. He's holding up the World Heavyweight title. The LAW results. Yes, I just don't have everyone from LAW added to the website yet. So because I can only make a handful of the renders at a time. So some people are just missing from the website, but the people who are on the website had their records updated already. Oh, there's Final Testamiz. I don't have one of those. JT, I don't partake in that kind of content. I'm good. I'm good. Thanks, though, I guess. And give AJ that. And that is the raw and speed results added to the website and published. You're not really gonna notice much of a change because it's just numbers, but you know, less numbers I gotta do tomorrow or whenever I'm live next. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know what day I'm gonna be doing a watch along next, other than Friday. I might do. Oh,
I'm busting in.
thanks.
The bottom is hot. Be careful.
Okay.
And I'm busting out.
And she's out.
But don't worry, Chad. I still love you. I just gotta go eat.
Thank God. I have been I'm starving. I'll tell the story about why I'm starving so bad. I get the joke there of you're going, what's it gonna take for me to get on the Alex thing? But mind the wording there. Mind the wording on how that might come off, because that is my wife. Think Pentagon shows up Friday. No, not Friday. Ow. So, just bit into a scorching hot piece of chicken. That took a minute. So, this morning, right, I had to substitute teach this morning. You can ask the question, JT. I'm going to tell my story. This morning, I had to substitute teach, so I had to be up at 6, out the door by like 6:30. The other night, I made Alfredo for dinner on Saturday, and I made Alfredo. And there was enough Alfredo for me to have a bowl for lunch today. Um, Here's the issue. I was very sleepy this morning because I was so drop dead exhausted last night. Oh, hold up.
Here's a courtesy to you, Finn. Let you know that I spoke to Gunther. And as a result of that conversation, and as a result of all the actions, the World Heavyweight Championship match at Saturday Night's Main Event has officially changed. Yeah. It'll be Finn Balor versus Gunther. Yes. Versus Damian Priest.
Oh, fuck yeah. We're doing the triple threat at Saturday Night's Main Event.
You know what? Fine. Because it will make it even more satisfying. When not only I beat Gunther, but Damian will become the new World Heavyweight Champion. Speaking of the champion, you're so concerned with the conduct of the other champions on Raw. I'm going to give you an opportunity also to lead by example. Next week here on Monday Night Raw, you and JD are going to face the War Raiders again. And you're going to put those World Tag Team titles on the line. And the best part, Judgment Day, the best part, you're all banned from ringside.
Oh, hell yeah. Why wasn't Chat Xander the deployment? So Chat Xander is just whichever Xander is on duty that day.
You know what's this? You have to leave a little bit aside. Let me get back to you on that. Well, we got excited. We're excited. Yeah, we'll get it. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So this morning I'm 90% asleep. I'm getting my stuff together. I get my bag. I get all of that, and I go into the fridge to get the Alfredo, and I accidentally grab just a Tupperware container that was just butter noodles because my roommate doesn't. My roommate can't have tomato sauce, so when I make spaghetti, they just put butter on the noodles and that's it. And it was leftovers from that from a few days ago. So I get to lunch at work and I just open up the container. I just see butter noodles in there, not Alfredo. I'm like, oh, can't eat this because it wasn't one, it wasn't mine, and two, it was a few days past when it should have been thrown away.
That unexpected wild ride. That's the wild conclusion of the Pids, right? You got the drama with the Pids turning on our troops, following up with Ryan Six, holding them as hostage. Of course, for all the drama we've seen it unfold all the way back to early September when Cross was first planting the seeds in the mind of the Pids. Was trying to pass the wolf away from the final testament. Walks the line 6 times in the group of carrying Cross in the passing safe on the pit. But there's rather firmly know that walking away at this step was not up to the specimen after this inadvertently caused the roots of Paul Ellery, taken out by a mandible claw from Uncle Howard. Wait, have you seen who's sitting right behind us? One of the most fearless and skilled pro athletes of all, Paul Ellery, the PBR star, 21 years old.
And the crowd goes to Colton Hevelon, or Hevelo, a professional bull rider. The crowd just goes, okay.
Zero chance you get a beat on one of those balls, but I did love watching it. That's up there.
Here we go. But yeah, so long story short about why I'm so happy about it being dinner time is I've not eaten since 6 o'clock this morning when I had my breakfast. And here we go. I really hope that after this final Testament stuff, they move on and do something a bit more interesting with the Wyatts, because it's kind of run its course with me, with them against just doing mid-card stuff. Like, I get the idea, and I know Ray's talking about why they shouldn't want titles as well, but, like, I need a little more meat to the substance of what they're doing. Well, where's Nikki?
Targeting the Biz and the final testament over the past couple of months into their career history.
Miz and Cross with them. That's what I was gonna say. And it's on. Again, still no Nikki Cross, weirdly. It's not so much that they go after false leaders, Zach. It's that they kind of go after. They don't go after false leaders. They go after people who have betrayed their family, who have betrayed their friends. Like Cross has not betrayed anyone, but Cross is like the seeds of all of the betrayal going on in WWE. So they're going right up to the source on that one. Miz betrayed Truth. Gable betrayed Otis and Tozawa. I think Finn will be probably. Excuse me. I think Finn will be on their hit list at some point. I think that will be. But I definitely think New Day might be next. Yeah, they weren't even after Cross. You're right. Oh shit, the Goat Joe Mashups just released a mod pack. Joe Mashups has released the mod pack that I needed more than anything. It's got mods of Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, and Zarya in it. Oh my god, Sonic 3 is barely a week and a half away now. It is 11 days away, guys. And I just at first, Cross was just a little damaged as Cross. And I took that personally. Yup.
And also like a great Cuban sandwich. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Simply, yup.
Get 20% off at Sephora's biggest sale of the year and score amazing gifts from Kayali. Fenty Beauty, YSL, and more, all on sale. Leave that gifting in the bag with 20% off during the Gifts for All event. Febreze, love your plugging but wish you had more scent control? Introducing the new Febreze Plug Scent Booster. Enjoy the same 50 days of the
Excuse me.
including a course of flexible placement options and a boost box for extra scent. New Febreze Plug Scent Booster.
Alright. I'm going to start cleaning up the room here in a minute. I just got to figure out the best way to lay things out so I can do so. Because the sanctuary is a little messy right now. Specifically, the couch is... The couch has unfortunately been collateral damage to a lot of my work lately. So I need to get that cleaned up. And my desk and everything else. Gotta be careful there I don't accidentally mess something up. But yeah, I need to get the sanctuary cleaned up. Because I'm going to be filming some live action stuff soon. But yeah, I need to... what's been your best question to me? Oh, man. You ask a lot of them. You ask a lot of them. It's hard to remember. Maybe the next 5 targets. God, with the rate their feuds go out, Zach, you're asking for the next 2 years worth of feuds for them. Finn, New Day... let me look at the roster. Finn, New Day, and then see. Maybe Dom on his own. Possibly DIY or just Gargano or Ciampa, depending on if they break up and one of them turns on the other. And I don't know, fucking Nakamura because everyone feuds with, or Solo if they really want to go with that at some point. Oh my God, Rowan!
Multiple-time tag team champion in this game is Eric Rowan, and he's trying to hightail it, but he's simply too right. You cannot run now into the cover. Coming in and saving the day, offers a knee. And an expanded rival of Eric Rowan coming to the floor in this one. But he may well have no answer for what the hell to do against this duo. AOP with a double.
I guess I could have done the big trucks line for this match if I really wanted to. Jesus, Loomis! Yeah, so many big trucks have consumed so many little trucks. I mean, it gets said, I think, 2 more times this weekend at Super Showdown. I recorded a lot of Super Showdown. Nikki's about to come out of nowhere, isn't she? Yep, Nikki was under the announce table. Oh my God. Ouch. You could hear the thud on that one. Oh, it's Paul Ellering! Oh my God, its Final Testament is about to win this? Holy shit, Final Testament has won!
Who had the mandible claw applied to him in saving the Miz.
I couldn't confidently say I did not see that one coming.
CM Punk, thank you for sitting down. I appreciate the time. You know what I'm going to ask you about, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to ask you about something much more relevant. This paper It's all anyone's talking about. Don't tell us anything about it.
No, I don't think that's the right time to talk about that. It's a good person like that. You need to talk about that.
Alright, fair enough. If we can't talk about the favorite, let's talk about Seth Rollins. You said last week you don't think about him at all. But he's made it pretty clear he has his sights set on you, and he's willing to force the issue. How are you going to handle that?
I think it's no secret to anybody that I'm not going to shy away from the fight. If you come at me, I'll start swifting. But when it comes
What do we all think of SmackDown, by the way? I liked it. I enjoyed it.
I think to understand, you have to talk about the history between myself and Seth Rollins. And it goes back to the point that we talked about the 16-year-old Seth Rollins came to see it and asked him to train him to be a professional wrestler for free. That's the key part of that story that everyone else leaves out. Now, that entitlement, I think, gets carried over into the adult Seth Rollins.
Oh, I was dropping frames there for a second.
The best in the world. He wants to be on everybody's top 10 list of the greatest of all time. But I remember a time when he was on the top 10 list of people to be fired from this place, and I shielded from that. You know, I guess if I have to live in my shadow, I hate him too. Seth Rollins is extremely talented, multiple-time champion, Money in the Bank winner. Everything he did, I've done better than I did before he got here. Now, I don't claim to do those things because I want to thank
Has anyone had as many different title matches in a shorter time as Grayson Waller? I don't know.
from this company. Seth did a fantastic job filling that, but simply put, the starters back. Second string guys sit back down on the bench.
All right, well, listen, I appreciate your honesty. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's see. Don't worry, folks. I will genuinely be keeping an eye on chat. In fact, I'm going to move chat to the more prominent of my two monitors, as I'm now going to attempt to figure out the best way to get all of this cleaned up while still being able to see you guys, while you guys are still able to see me. Because I would just be like, oh, I'll just put the webcam on top of the TV. But the issue there is the webcam is now stretched to its limit. And it is not on top of the TV. It's about 2 inches too short to be up there. And looking down here, I mean, maybe if I... Hold on, I'm going to put it on a different screen for a second. Give me 1 second, everyone. I'm just going to put it on the starting soon screen. Testing something. Trying to just save you guys potential motion sickness of me moving the webcam too much. Just about there. Let me see how this looks. This is probably about as good as we're gonna get. Okay, I'm down here. Now, the issue at this point becomes something else. The issue becomes that if I step to the side, the map of Skyrim shows you all everything happening on the TV. Along with a lot of other stuff I got up here. Which is commercials right now. Like, if I were just doing a stream where I was going to stand the whole time, I could stand right here and it'd be fine. But the issue is I'm going to be up and around and moving and cleaning and stuff. If I... Hold on. Let me see something. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Hold up a second. Hold on just a minute. I never realized my webcam had this on the bottom. I might have a better solution here.
Serious allergic reactions can occur. Get medical help right away. Trouble breathing or swallowing. Swelling of the face.
So let me take this busted ass tripod. It's busted, but it's done its purpose over the last decade. The issue is going to become, my friends, the issue is going to become... Uh-oh. Okay, I thought I lost connection for a second. The issue is going to become a problem that there's always been with this webcam, making sure that it's actually the right way around. All right, hi, right here, me still. All right. Be very careful because I don't want to send you guys on a motion sickness journey here. And then I can actually... You guys are getting real up close and personal with me right now. Tilt it just a little bit this way. I can do this. And then just tilt it a little more away from the TV just to be safe. If I back up just a bit. All right, we're on to something. We're on to something now. The only downside is the chair is going to constantly be in the frame. And then I can kind of go more like that, maybe. Or raise it up a little more. And then I step back this way. And you can see me all the way over here still. And I'm over here, and I'm over here, and I'm like, all right, I'm doing my laundry over here. Yeah, okay. There we go. We're on to something now. We're on to something. If I go over here, because I got to get something from over here. Yeah, okay. You can see me on every part of the room now. Perfect. Freaking amazing. Which means that now I can actually get to work in here. And get my room a little more clean, because I got an hour and some change. So my laptop kind of just lives right next to my desk. My laptop just kind of lives next to my desk at this point. We got the Bumble from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's a Christmas decoration. Just drop it in there until I can get them downstairs and actually get the Christmas stuff. Hey, good to see you, Tatum. I'm cleaning my room, finally. So we've messed with the webcam a little bit, and this is where people can kind of see how fat I actually am, finally. So, let's see. Am I good to just throw the closet open and not risk? Yeah, closet's fine. Closet's safe. Alright. So now, to actually get to work. We got the what do you guys want to talk about, Mike, here. I wear very slimming shirts. I'm 250, so I'm 5'11 and 250, so. And it all just goes to my gut and my ass. Okay. This shirt is clean. A lot of these shirts are just left over from other stuff. God, my room was a mess for months, and it wasn't because I didn't want to clean it. It's because someone was like, let's do something else. Bro, same. If it wasn't clear that I might be on a certain spectrum by the vast amount of hedgehogs back here. And the fact that I could tell you every WWE champion from now all the way back to 2010 in chronological order. Don't ask me to do it because you will not enjoy it. You might think you'll enjoy it, you will not enjoy it. Let's see. My finances folder. I really need to find somewhere safer for this. It was just under my desk for the last while. Sure am. Sure am, Tatum. Found that out a few months ago. Actually, about About 2 years ago at this point, I found it out.
That's not the resume on a high mark.
I figured it out not long after WrestleMania 22, or not 22. I want to say I figured it out not long after WrestleMania 38, but it might have been 39. Whatever Raquel does 2020 Seth, where she messes with Rhea's eye injury with the stairs. Possibly. Alright, Jack Sparrow hat. Just all the hat cosplays are going up here. But yeah, so I actually have something special I'm working on for you guys. It's like, I'm not going to make any money off of it because it's going to go on Xander LS11. I could sort of tell, but I didn't want to ask because I haven't. Okay, I have never seen a more accurate thing about the Tism than the scene from Into the Spider-Verse where Peter and Miles' spider senses start, like, going off to one another and they, like, sync and Peter just goes, "You're like me." Like, that is how I feel with my friends that I know are also on the spectrum. We get this shelf reorganized here. My Sonic Villains shelf just kind of had a gravity issue this weekend where someone from the back fell forward and, well, there went everybody else, essentially. So getting everyone put back together here. And they knocked Eggman all the way down. Like,
We didn't even get around a chance to reread the Sprite, but we didn't tell it made an amazing zero sugar juice.
and then classic Sonic's on the floor down here somewhere too. Alright. Sign number 3's classic costume. Haven't seen this in years. Goes with the costume right there. I need to get a coat rack to go here at some point for like my hat, or a hat rack to go there. A coat and hat rack, perhaps. I'm not gonna read that one out loud, JT. I'm gonna be real with you, brother. Not reading that one out loud. Okay, let's see. Trash can. Dump that into the trash bags here. Got my purple button down. This is my favorite suit. This is my favorite dress shirt, if it wasn't obvious, because every render of me is me wearing the purple shirt. This purple shirt got me no, it didn't. I was going to say it's what I wore to my interview where I got my last job, but no, it wasn't. I just wore a basic white button down for that one. I wore a white button down, this kind of, I wore a white button down, you can't see it very well, but this tan suit jacket and black dress pants with a tie. I do own enough combinations to have several suits. I got diagnosed for maybe 14 months ago, maybe younger. Yeah, that's around where I was when it happened. It was around 14 months. When you were like 14 months. 14 months ago is about when I started to figure it out, is what I meant. See, one of these nights, the thing with stream is you guys can keep me on task. I won't get sidetracked as easily. So I can kind of use streaming as a way to get tasks done because I have an audience holding me captive till I get it done. Like, my laundry has been piling up for months, right? Like, I wash my laundry every week. But a lot of times I just wear clothes out of the clean clothes pile and never put away the clean clothes pile is the issue. And that's just a slippery slope. Why are the waist of those pants so wide? Wonder why. It's a 38-inch waist on those pants. It's just, they're also like a few years old, and so I've stretched them out over the years. So they're probably more like a 42-inch waist at this point, like me. But yeah, anyway, I have a project I'm working on that you guys are gonna find out about. Hopefully by the end of this week, I'll be able to actually not have like a trailer for it, but just have like an announcement graphic for it. But that's a big part of why I'm cleaning up the sanctuary right now. Here's my classic leather jacket. I normally wear the brown bomber one at this point, but this was actually Cornell's spare jacket that he leaves here in case he... Cornell just leaves a change of clothes wherever I'm at. I figured my mom, but my mom didn't tell me because she didn't want me to feel different. See, I've had two different reactions from my parents since I got my diagnosis. My mother was just like, yeah, obviously. And my dad was like, no, you're not. So, very mixed reactions, so to say, from the parents of one ZRC on that one. Meanwhile, everyone else except for my dad was just like, you didn't know? Like, I told Ray when I got the diagnosis, right? Ray was one of the first people I told. And Ray's response was just, you didn't know? Ray then went and told Dad Wood, Ray's dad, the enigma of the streams occasionally. To which Ray's dad responded with, I knew 5 minutes after I met him when he was 14. So, apparently I was the last to find out. An RKO on stream. Did we just become besties? Apparently, Tatum, apparently. This is going in the donate bag. I don't really wear this shirt. This bag on the thing here, the couch futon thing, this bag falling apart at the seams is a bag I'm taking to a donation center tomorrow. I'm making that executive decision here and now. I'm actually going to take it tomorrow, and it's actually going to go to the donation center tomorrow so that it's out of here. Because there's so many clothes that I just don't wear that I need to send to a better home for people who will actually use them and wear them. RKO. I don't have anyone to hit an RKO on stream, JT. And Liv just lays out everyone. Let's see. One of the only Xandermania shirts I still occasionally bust out to wear, the green one. Still need to submit my call into the OS11 tag so I can debut an LAW because I'm one of the few people in the server that was an IRL wrestler. Had said was. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Like I said, the kind of goal for next year is to start doing fundraising on stream and start going to the gym regularly, which is really going to rely on me getting a better job where I'm not working weird hours and I'm not having to work like 12-hour days like I am right now just to pay the bills, and even then just barely. I need to get a job where I can pay the bills, you know, with an 8-hour, you know, clock in at 8, leave at 5, be done for the day. Because I want to start saving up the money and get myself in shape. I'm gonna, you know, 2026, I want to enroll in Nightmare Factory. Train for wrestling. I want to actually do it. The game plan is to do that because At this point, it's time to put my money where my mouth is on that. Oh, this is one of my favorite button downs. I scarcely have to wear button downs anymore. This is like the only yellow shirt I actually Oh, your back said nah. Oof. That is what I'm worried about with me doing it. Because my back already hurts all the time.
That's what I knew. That's what I knew. I was going to take out myself. That's what I knew. I was going to take out James. Spend my time back home. I realized I can't change the past as much as I want to. I can change the present. I will change the future.
Alright, and Drew just admitted he was the one that attacked Jay last week. Used to do backyard on a small neighborhood circuit. Yeah, there's videos of Ray and I doing backyard.
Let's give you an update on Jay Uso. The injury update. What we didn't tell you is that Jay was not medically cleared to return to this week's action on Raw. It was an attack to the back of the head.
That opens up this.
With that, he is not
Which can actually help me out a little bit.
this week right here in Wichita. Another superstar who has expressed issues with the hero acceptance of Roman Reigns and CM Punk. Is that guy?
I actually trained with Matt Taven and Mike Bennett for a bit. Also missed a class one time, and Carmelo Hayes was there. That's crazy. Alright, let's see. See, the thing with cleaning in here is it's like I was so close to actually being done cleaning in here the other day, and then just my wife was like, "You ready to go grocery shopping?" And I was like, "Yep, never gonna touch the cleaning again." I was just like, "Yep, all right, I'm done cleaning now. That's done. We're not doing that anymore. The hyperfixation on getting this room clean is gone." Go. Now my trash can's empty. Oh yeah, Seth's fit is always on point. Oh, I feel my pants rolling down. I'm gonna tie the drawstring here real quick. There we go. Just needed to make sure I wasn't flashing you guys. JT, don't.
There you go. No matter the reason.
And don't what me, JT. You know good and well what you were gonna say. My father-in-law's fake Christmas gift here. It's a Cat Wars 2025 calendar. There's actually going to be a Steam gift card on the back of it when he opens it next week or in 2 weeks. But reading something. What if KO and Rollins team up again? But this time it's people who hate Roman. Has R-Truth ever won a major title in something universe like tag titles mid card? Xander. I'm not reading that one. Yeah, so Tatum, if you look at the U.S. title history, SummerSlam 2010, R-Truth walked into the show as U.S. champion. Modern Universe, he has not won anything, but in the Retro Series, which is canon to the main universe, obviously. Retro is canon, it's just, Retro is canon to Modern Universe. It's just a little sporadic right now. One day the goal, if I could, lock in and do YouTube full time, which I, wish I could, but until I start making enough to pay my bills and then have extra money from ad rev and sponsorships, which I have not gotten any yet, and I don't know how one does that. I still don't know how one gets a YouTube sponsorship. I've been trying to figure it out. If anyone has any leads, tell me. But anyway. If anyone has any leads on that one, let me know. But once I'm making enough with sponsorships and ad rep to do this full time one day, hopefully, I would like to flesh out the retro stuff more. I just really only have time to do it once every blue moon nowadays. Heal SRKO could be fun. Back there until I can get a hat rack. I can almost see the not anymore. I can almost see the full couch now. Joe, Tessator, buddy. Saying Mr. Beast is a Wichita native is not the flex for WWE you think it is anymore. For those wondering, I've got this box. This is from when I was doing custom wrestling figures. This is just a box of old wrestling figure parts. There's even a Christian in here who is almost a full figure. He's just missing a hand. Like, there's a lot in here. Yeah, I got a lot of old WWE figure pieces specifically in here. So this will go. I'll tuck this somewhere. People are fancy booking Rollins, Drew, and KO faction because they all hate the same people, Punk and Roman. Yeah, I've seen that kind of stuff. Xander, if you saw my WWE fellowship, I was like, JT, I didn't need to know that. So Tatum, I actually used to have a huge collection. Like, I used to have a huge collection, and then I sold it a few years ago. And then I was gonna get back into wrestling figures last year, and I bought a handful, and they weren't bringing me any kind of joy to buy them. I was like, I'm just spending money to spend money, and so I stopped buying them again. I'd bought like maybe 5 or 6 at that point. I bought actually like a lot of figures. I bought like a set from a member of the Discord. From a member of the Awesome Discord. And he shipped them to me at my old apartment. That's how I got a lot of the ones I have now. But I stopped wrestling figure collecting because it was, if I wanted a whole wave of figures, that was $120 for 6 elites. Whereas, like, I just collect, like, video game figures now. Like, this Luigi was $10. I was on a figure before. Custom figures, so many. I am working on custom figures again. I've got Sonic pulled apart over here to make Scourge the Hedgehog for the stop motion stuff. Oh, hey, Cody. Oh. Cody says you both should be ashamed of yourselves. Don't worry about what this costume is. This is a big steaming bowl of foreshadowing for what the secret project I'm working on is. That is the most I will say to that.
Download today. Some of your favorite WWE superstars, including Seth Rollins, Rey Mysterio, and Braun Strowman.
Oh, they're not advertising Omos as part of Power Slap anymore? What give? What gives? Yeah, this is just a big steaming bowl of foreshadowing, brother. Is Cody going to Raw and Gunther to SmackDown? I legit think that we could see the world title swap shows. I think we could actually see that. Santa killed Santa. Well, see, now that just means that I am Santa because of the Santa Claus with an E at the end. It's a long, drawn-out story. Probably could have been told in just one film with a lot less Tim Allen. Got the donate bag. These are never going to fit me, and they never did. These were someone else's. Oh man, I can actually like see the damn floor over here finally.
Reception here in Wichita. We're set for the pregame rise.
There we go.
Welcome to Monday Night I am your host tonight. I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary. I am set. Man, we got a lot to talk about tonight.
There we go. Found classic Sonic. He was buried under a bunch of stuff on the floor. He fell so many days ago that I forgot to pick him up, and he just fell deeper and deeper into the pile. Xander, that was my job. Fuck, I can't kill Santa if he's you. Seriously think this could be lead to Edge 2020 moment with the E. If you've tried JT, the first person to find your location and get revenge would either be Ray or his wife. I mean, Ray's my work wife. So without me, Ray would have to do all the shows. So I think Ray might be a little quicker on the draw on that one. It's kind of crazy actually seeing the full floor in here for the first time in God knows how long. I mean, I'm not seeing the full floor yet, but you get the point.
He was one of the best in the world, no doubt about it. I looked up to CM Punk. I idolized CM Punk. CM Punk helped me get my foot in the door here at WWE, no doubt about it. I respected CM Punk. CM Punk and I respect. And if the store was there, he might want to see it too. Why is it so much?
There we go. Look at that, you know, well, you guys can't actually see it. But I've almost got the full couch uncovered now.
CM Punk walked out the doors of his company 11 years ago. I called him. I texted him because I was affronted. Because I respected him and what he stood for. Will I get back to Punk?
Yeah.
Ghosted by CM Punk. And it wasn't just me. It was every single person who was friends with Punk that works for this company. Because if you didn't quit your dream job, priorities could line up with Team CM Punk. Did the story end there? Okay. But that's not what happened. Because for the next 10 years, all CM Punk tried to do was tear company down. That's all he did. He took as much crap as he could. He took any crap he could. And you know when he finally got back in here? You know why? Because he failed at everything else. He burned every single bridge that could lead him to water. And the money was right.
Oof. Seth, the shots fired.
Yeah, guys.
Thoughts on Tony Khan's Ring of Honor? It's just the worst. It's just the worst thing ever. It is a bastardized version of what Ring of Honor is supposed to be. He turned Ring of Honor into AEW Dark, built around Chris Jericho.
Everything CM Punk did in this ring, I did twice. And I did the one thing that he could never do. That's main event WrestleMania.
Seth, did you really, though? Did you really main event WrestleMania, though? You main evented night one, I guess. Oh, there's Sammy. Old Samuel Zane. Debating if I put this on the wall with my other, like, toy belts. Probably not. I bought this one for a video. I bought this for Cornell to use for a video a very long time ago. And just, we never got around to doing it, because we never had the time, and the circumstances were never right. He was supposed to start carrying this around when we were doing the, what's it called? The SVR07 series. The season.
You are out here to defend CM Punk again. The reason for it. Look, man. Last week, you were angry. You said some things. I was angry. I said some things. We were fought in the middle of the swing. Okay? And I guess that's going to happen every now and again. We can know each other as long as we know each other. But it was wrong of me to assume that you were the one that dropped Jay Uso backstage. Okay? I've known you longer than that. I was wrong about that, and for that,
Okay, that's okay. Still nothing new in
I'm
chat.
sorry.
There we go.
Because the thing that's been eating me up inside over the last week, as far back as we go, you and me, we've been friends for 20 years. Our kids play together, man. We're like this, all right? We're continuing down. First person that came to your mind, dude. I was the first person that came to your mind. I want to know why. Why? And why? Hey, there was a reason, Seth, okay? Because the way you were talking last week, you were out of your mind. All right? Yeah, go back and watch it. You were out of your mind. You weren't talking like you. You weren't just going up and you were talking like someone completely different. You were talking like the kind of person that points your finger at everybody else, that blames everybody else for their actions, and that's like they're the only person with any sort of moral clarity around it.
Let's see.
You sounded less like Seth Rollins.
Good guy Sammy apologizing for his false accusations. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Good guy Sammy, always a dub. You're not McIntyre, okay? You're not. You're better than him. You're a better person than him, but
But this thing with CM Punk and you, it brings out the worst in you, okay? And maybe I should have gotten involved. Like I saw a guy that I've known forever, and a guy that I had just gone to war with, and you guys are fighting, and I got involved, and maybe I should. So that's why I'm out here, okay? I'm here to tell you it's clearly worse than I ever thought possible. So from here on out, however you want to deal with it, it's your business. You deal with it however you want to, all right?
Sammy just tells Seth, deal with Punk however you want. Not my problem.
Are we good?
Big hug it out chance.
Yeah, Sammy, we're good, man. I appreciate you letting me handle my business with Punk. It seems like you got some business through. Did not want to be a 3 out of 10, but it seems to have got a job done for now at least. Ooh, was close to going off the rails, baby. You know what? That's actually pretty good advice. And I am going to have to transact. Here's what I'm going to do. This thing with you, I'm not going to run it by. I've done with him before. I'm not going to sit here and listen to him come out week after week and talk about how everybody else is wrong and how he's right and how he's so good. I'm going to end it as quickly as it started. Here's how I'm dealing with this. I have already spoken to Adam Pearce.
Oh, Sammy's already spoken to Adam Pearce. You know that means it's official. Oh, Sammy and Drew this Saturday. There you go, Drew and Sammy on Saturday. Let's see. Whew. This must get sold. I don't use it anymore. I've never used it, actually. Oh, no! There's Drew! Go, and then... Like I said, almost there at this point. The Sanctuary is almost, like, good for me to actually start doing videos in again. I'll just slot these in here. I like maybe lean that just far enough to the side that I could slot this in. I'm gonna hang this back up anyway. Oh yeah, Jason Jordan appearance. I didn't even catch that. Oh. This just looks weird on camera, doesn't it? Being all the way down here. So I'm gonna be able to get the stuff off the floor and into the closet though. Shit. I got a metric boatload of lightsabers over here that I'm just throwing in the closet because, like, I couldn't bring myself to get rid of them. Because I've had most of them most of my life. Let's go into the bedroom with the rest of my clothes that are in here. Grab my tiny cats. Of course, I'm sitting in a position where I just perfectly can't see the I perfectly can't see the chat right now, so give me like 2 minutes to sit down here and get anything that's like small off the floor that I would need to pick up myself. And we'll be right back, as they say. I'm fine with this thing over here for now. At this point, I'm just trying to get like the main floor of the sanctuary cleaned up, and there's got to be a little collateral damage of some stuff just sitting on the floor, then also bloody be it. So, essentially, I want to be able to see the majority of the bookshelf, or not the bookshelf, just the display shelf in general. God, my Luigi's Mansion rug has gotten so wrinkled from all this. I need to steam it or something. Alright, I'm almost done down here. And then when I stand back up, we'll get the couch cleared, and the couch will be kind of the milestone. Because the couch is the main thing I need for the video I gotta do. Okay, I can see. Okay, no, there's just been nothing in the chat. Got it. Okay. Oh man. I'm still down here. I just needed a minute. So it's Zelina Vega, Ivy Nile, and Lyra Valkyria, right? In this one? Yeah, that's right. Heart says Zelina, head says Lyra on that one. Ivy Nile, unfortunately, is just there to take the pin, as we all know. Thoughts on John Morrison and Matt Hardy's friendship? I don't know what you're referring to there, honestly. Go. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys my rug, but I have a rug that looks like the Luigi's Mansion GameCube disc. Don't know if I ever showed you guys that before. I'm gonna tilt it downward just a little bit better here. There we go. And I will be back at the desk in a minute here as well, but like, so much more space for activities now. Barrett calling out Tetsutor for being an anime fan. Like a AAA. All right then. See, maybe I should, if I have time, maybe I should live react to NXT tomorrow, just so I have to do my laundry. Like, I'll just dump my laundry on the couch here, and fold it and put it all the way on stream. Hammer needs to go downstairs into the toolbox. Yeah, did not know about that. No. More you know, though, Johnny Hardy, huh? There, just put those trash bags just out of line of sight for the stream. I need to get the vacuum up here at some point, especially like and run the fabric cleaner part of it over the couch. Go. Shades back. Sonic pillow back out.
Flavorless, I guess.
There we go.
Slow roasted. Listen, the holidays can be a tough time for the modern chicken eater.
A burrito on what could be Gangnam's next holiday? What'd you say?
Don't worry, Nizzle, for everything. Cantina chicken is winning hearts and mouths across the country. There's a future this delicious. Can't be ignored for long.
Plenty of fun.
A new area of
This needs to go downstairs. That'll go over in the bag of stuff that needs to go downstairs. Christmas hat, going that for something I'm working on. Stairs. I'm almost back to my seat, folks. Like in the next 2 minutes, I will be done. Let's go. This is gonna be the honorary Sander. At this point, it's probably Pierre, just because we're on the same wavelength 99% of the time. Pierre is kind of the honorary Xander. If you see how Pierre and I interact in the Discord, me calling him the honorary Xander will make 100% sense to you. Bro and I are frequently on the same wavelength. It's almost scary sometimes. Maybe I'll put that on my car eventually. We'll see. Just need to go a year. Need to go a year without having my cars break down on me. There, because we need that for Alex's Christmas present, and I'm done. All right. Who would you book for the Raw NXT side of things? We talked about this the other day. You asked me this the other day. All right, hold on. There we go. All right, hold up. It's coming around the back now. Giggity. I don't know why I said that. Hold up. I did get interrupted by Alex. I forgot about that. Oh, geez. What happened there? There we go. That is far easier to look at in the background. All right, let's hear him, Pierre. Yeah, that is far easier to look at if you ignore the trash bags. There you go. Then, again, every time I move the carpet just a little bit further to give myself more chair space. I just always intrude. First person stream, you don't want to see that. I'm too spastic for that. Like, I have one of my moments you guys see where, like, my shoulder's like, and it's game over for you guys because then the camera's just like, for a second. Heel Jay White versus Randy Orton, or Jay White versus Priest. I think Jay and Randy was an idea we had at one point for the season, for the second one, before we did before we did Cody and Jay. There we go. The Sanctuary is clean at last. Took me a while, but I did it. My desk is a problem for another time. Because eventually I'm going to get, once I get all the stuff over there, like you guys saw it, once I get that stuff cleaned up over there, the storage totes and stuff cleaned up, and just essentially, I just got to take them and put them out in the storage unit. Once I get that done, I'm going to get a table for over there, and that's going to be where I do my stop motion videos. So the box will move over there and stuff. And Lyra Valkyria with the dub. Head went over hard on that one. Adam Cole, Kevin Owens. I think we had that as a potential one last year, too. I can't remember though. No, we knew we were doing. As soon as Juice Robinson got over as, like, Ray's quote-unquote self-insert and Kevin Owens became mine for a while. Kevin Owens is obviously no longer representative of how I feel in universe, but you know what I mean. Alright, so looking at the other two triple threats, I feel like Raquel and Natty are probably the ones moving on.
Lyra takes a leap forward. Rhea Ripley continues on her quest. Terror Twin Besties wishing well. And anything goes match against Raquel coming up.
KO versus every Sammy there is, since KO has people named Sammy.
Sensation or not entirely? I watch golf with a merciless crash. You suck.
Even though I contribute nothing, I watch sports because family pressure.
I watch for shallow fashion for reasons.
I'm just here for the cheese.
So let's review. We're not going to talk about traffic or weather. We're going to turn to lawn care. Mostly keenly extremely difficult to go home. Extremely different. He's still drinking.
Oh, man.
Let's try again. Wait, no. He can't tell me. Either take it off, I'll take it off. Yeah. We can't protect you from becoming embarrassed, but we can protect your Why is America accepting to wait for payday? Life doesn't wait for you to get paid. Introducing My Pay from China, a revolutionary new way of getting paid when you need it. Get up to $500 of your pay before payday. No interest, no credit check, no mandatory fees.
6 versus the UE was a classic. Oh yeah, that was fun. I'm very proud of Ray with how that one went.
When you order Domino's online, they give you a free pizza to use for a future pizza emergency. So you'll have an emergency pizza, a free pizza when you need it most. There you go. Thank you. Welcome. Enjoy.
Oh man. So I just noticed this when Seth came out, they had like the accolades thing, and it had him billed as a 4-time WWE champion. So are they just kind of counting the WWE and Universal title history as the same now? Because like that's what's been bothering me for so long. Is if you look at WWE.com, please don't. Okay, good. Like it's always bothered me that Cody is both the Universal and undisputed WWE champion. Like, just get rid of this. Just get rid of this part. Move this thing to retired. Why is Cody listed as 2 world champions at once? Hendry and Starks. That was actually in the second round of World Cup too.
Made by Alexis. Brought to you by Etsy. Small.
Gunther winning by putting Joe to sleep was quite a coincidence. What? I don't know what you're talking about right now, Zach. Gunther winning by putting Joe to sleep. Oh, Gunther beating Samoa Joe. I had to process that for a second. I was like, Joe Hendry? Because Hendry and Gunther have never had a match in LS11. So, I don't know if you... I know probably not many of you guys. Sorry, I did try and did that one last year at Forbidden War 2. Because that was the only way that we were going to be able to get Paige crossed off the list of former Divas champions. Oh no, Woods is taking Stu's camera.
That's camera 6. That's Xavier Woods with Stu's live camera. I mean, look at it right there. Before it goes to the grill, it's got camera 6 live on the air right now.
But yeah, when I had the whole story last season of Tiffany Stratton beating every former Divas champion, it was like, thank God we have Forbidden War still at that point, because that was the only way Paige was getting crossed off that list. Because there were some people like, well, she's never going to be able to cross Paige off that list because she's in AEW. Now they haven't replied to someone like, yeah, if only we did a yearly crossover show with WWE and AEW. Dishonored versus Wyatt 6. Hey, Brantley. Give us Drew Day again. Oh boy. Oh man. 15 minutes left in the show. I feel like I was very productive tonight, folks. I got my room clean. You can actually see the center of the sanctuary again. You don't have to maneuver your way to my desk anymore. You can sit on that. You can actually sit on that couch now. You could record an entire special video that's going to go out close to a holiday special even on that couch. Oh man. I do have one thing I need to do before I forget, though.
He got the best of Raquel today and survived the series ruling. Only then to have a couple days later, Rodriguez snapped it back into the corner of our countdown. Rhea is next. Anything don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I would assume Cody and KO main event, Saturday night's main event. Which does make me feel like we might get a title change there. I feel like it's possible. Or it'll just be Randy's return. Probably more likely than that. Can you main event Saturday night's main event? That's out of my control, brother.
$7 previous box has to go to the Supreme. What is this little $7 months previous box? Only Taco Bell. Oh yeah.
You may wear a crown upon your head, but that does not make you a king. Stop everything. The Xfinity Black Friday sale is now extended through December 22nd. Don't miss the chance to get your choice of a free 5G phone. Plus, get Xfinity Internet and
Alright, I have a couple mod-related things I need to remember to do. Because it does directly affect Universe this week.
Connect to the World of Wicked this holiday and theaters now.
We're good. Squad goals and squad. These guys cheers and these guys cheers. These are good.
Let's see.
Jimmy, let's enjoy together.
I'm finally going to get a few mods installed tonight because I keep forgetting otherwise.
Looking for something delicious and affordable? Enjoy Kellogg's cereal with milk and fruit for less than $1.
So imagine this. Don't release. You have a house plan. Another big day. Definitely gonna need my jet with the respect.
Let's see.
Because around here, everything needs to be perfect.
Of course, if anyone's got questions, Universe or other, let me know. Within reason. If anyone's got Universe questions or other questions, let me know. Tiffany Tony is a great idea. I think I mentioned that one yesterday, yeah. Or 2 days ago, whenever I was last live. 2 days ago. Yeah, I said that I felt like,
Try
Native, aluminum-free deodorant with dual actives to help neutralize odor all day. Clean, simple, effective odor protection isn't a myth, it's Native.
USA is the new home of Friday Night SmackDown. Goes down on Friday Night SmackDown. USA.
I still say Gunther Daniels over applicable for World War 3. LSW versus MLP. Lone Star versus Maple Leaf Pro, I assume. I've been staying neutral on it because in terms of LS11 Universe, I am in neutral standing with both Mr. Layfield and Mr. D'Amore, so I have been doing my best to remain neutral on the situation to maintain a good relationship between LAW and those two shows. Also, the big trucks is going to eat the little trucks with Rhea and Raquel. Did I just not open Tribute? No, I didn't. When are you gonna have your first LAW traditional 4-on-4 tag team match? It almost happened this weekend. There was almost a Intellectual Alliance versus a bunch of faces match, but I decided against it just because it felt like the wrong time to do it. Need to mute the desktop audio. Hold on. That way you guys don't keep hearing the bloop. You guys ever think Tiffany Stratton has enough attires in LS11 Universe? Too bad, she's getting another one. Like, it genuinely is one of those things where it's like, it's not my fault that she has such good attires, and that modders just make every new attire she has, and that all the mods look that good. Ouch.
Like iPhone 12 and Apple Watch. And Metro get iPhone 12 and 5G and Apple Watch SE for only $99.99 only at Metro.
But yeah, it was going to be this week on LAW. It was almost Jericho. It was almost Jericho. Yeah, Patreon. I know it takes long for that stuff. I know it takes a while for that to upload. But anyway, what was I going to say? Processing. Stand by. Xander's brain is doing its thing. What was I about to say? Hold on. Right, it was almost Jericho, Raj, Blackstone, and a reluctant Carnold against against the NRW guys and someone else that I hadn't figured out yet. And that's why I didn't have him, was because I couldn't think of a good fourth person.
That's why dog chow is made with high quality protein and no fillers. Purina dog chow. Keep life simple.
Like iPhone 12 and Apple Watches.
And Nizzle get iPhone 12 and 5G and Apple Watch SE for only $99.99 only at Metro.
You can't play any of our girls having baby off the road. She is victim of the West Side River. Who makes it like fence? We can bring it in on it. We want to have lots of time. We force someone to, whatever the world betting on America's obsession with murder. We got in too deep.
Brings in the true story next on USA. Attacks continue between Raquel
Oh man. After the show goes off the air, if I'm not done with what I'm doing, I'll hang out with you guys while I wait for the game to bake, because I might as well hang out for a few extra minutes at that point. But yes, I got the joke, JT. I got it.
This is now an opportunity for some reprisals for the eradicator, but this may go badly. Right into the top turnbuckle. To the cover. It's why Rodriguez is such a conundrum for someone like Rodriguez used to be. He's strong, the physical bully in a match. She is more than that a match. You've got Cal Rodriguez and it's too strong. Free. Just hitting the side of that steel chair. Now picks up on the midsection. For the win here, and anything goes.
Let's see. I'm gonna do that. Go. Oh, and there's Liv. I wouldn't be terribly shocked to see Raquel pin Rhea thanks to Liv. Ouch.
The deep proven history between Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley. Without such a dancing, imposing figure, right of that chair, supposedly. But all perhaps over that table, the back of the back, sweet, against She's over there once again.
Yeah, no, I'm not booking the show right now. That's all Aaron Stevens. Everything going on right now is all on Aaron Stevens' hands. I am hopeful to be back eventually, but the doctors are not telling me anything good right now. It has unfortunately been nothing but bad news after bad news from the doctors with LAW. I don't know if I'm even going to ever be able to come back to LAW. Oh, but there's EO. So Rhea might pick up the W actually. Do you think Aaron's gonna let me and Zach get our hands on Brandon and his cronies? I got no idea. Ouch! Blowing up his phone, but he keeps saying he'll get back to me and then walking off. Ah, sounds like Aaron Stevens, unfortunately. And Rio with the win. God, was that really Rhea's first Raw match, like singles wise, in almost a year? That's wild. Starting to think he's not a good authority figure? Jesus. If you're only just starting, then I don't know what to tell you on that one. If you're just starting to think he's not that good at this. That's why I need to get cleared to come back, because bro is not doing a very good job. Alright, well, at this point, show is off the air, but I'm going to keep hanging out with you guys until I get all these mods installed. I feel like that's a fair trade-off. Feel like you guys won't have any objections to that, right? That'll work. Alright, let's see. What else do I need to install tonight? Go. That's another one done. Why so little Baron Blade? Well, actually, there's actually a really there actually is an answer to that. In one of the newer updates, it has been harder to unlock those kinds of characters, like the ones that are locked to my rise. So I can't very easily access Baron Blade to have him appear on LAW. Like talking behind the scenes on that one. Otherwise, I genuinely would if I could. But right now, I'm just not able to because of a lot of changes to how things work in 2K25 or 24 lately. But also the other reason it's kind of like because I kind of hate to put it this way, but people have lost a lot of interest in the whole Ryback thing. So, like, not as many people are interested in the Ryback stuff as I thought they were going to be. Like, some people were like, oh, you got to add Ryback to the universe. And I was like, why? And then I finally gave the people what they wanted, and then everyone was like, I'm over it. They're like, I've moved on to a new joke. Like, just everyone was just like, yep, moved on to a different joke now. It's like, oh, got it. All right, cool. What's the wild idea, JT? Do I even want to know? Do I actually want to know? 2K Sports Game of the Year. Yeah. Yes, I have seen this information. Yes. Continue. Right back for Nexus reunion. No, no, no. the only one cross David. Oh, that's a great shout. I wanted to talk. I wanted to talk about this actually. You guys heard what Cross said to Damian Priest today on Raw. Make sure he can still walk, and I'll let you have him second. Like, what a deal between Cross and Priest. Just, as long as he can still walk into the tag match, you get him second. Oh my goodness. How is Nathan gonna weasel his way out of this one? I think Nathan's little Houdini trick of always, being able to leave with the gold might be finally coming to an end this weekend. And it could go up in just absolute flames as well. Put you in the Ray EW Pack 2. I need to remember to get the Ray EW Pack 2 put onto a flash drive this week because I get to go see Ray this week. I'm very excited about it. I haven't seen Ray in person in months. Like, I cannot remember the last time I saw Ray in person. That's the kind of crazy part. Like, was it SummerSlam? Maybe, or... Yeah. Yeah, I think it was SummerSlam. When we did that watch along together. I think. Go. Because the last time you guys saw us in the same room was the last time we were in the same room. Because the last thing we commentated in person together was WrestleMania. And then we were very fortunate to figure out that actually doing it over Discord is just as easy, if not easier, because we don't get as easily distracted. Quite honestly. That was a nice change, was we didn't take a bunch of breaks. We kind of just sat down and got it done. Yeah, Johnny might be in some serious trouble. I'm a little worried about him, I'll admit. Just a little worried about him. Worried about one of my two identical strangers. One of the three identical strangers, even. Have I ever told you guys where I got the name Three Identical Strangers? Is that something anyone's even interested in hearing the origin of tonight? Because it's a very underwhelming story where Three Identical Strangers came from. But it is funny, I think. It's clever, at least. Yes, I did. That's what I was just modding in a minute ago. Was I modded in Tiffany's attire for Super Showdown this week? Yeah. Okay. So here's where Three Identical Strangers came from. And like I said, be prepared. It's a little underwhelming because like when I tell you this, it's gonna be like, oh, that's it. So the Game Grumps, one of my favorite YouTube channels. I think a lot of people know who they are. Obviously, Dan and Aaron. They have a show called Guest Grumps, right? They have a show called The Guest Grumps. And on that show, a few years ago, probably back in 2019, maybe earlier than that, they had the one and only Weird Al Yankovic on Guest Grumps, and they were playing Wheel of Fortune. They played Wheel of Fortune with Weird Al, and at the beginning of it, Danny mentions that the two people he gets told he looks like an older / younger version of, depending on which one it is, are Finn Wolfhard, the actor who plays a character in in what's it called? Stranger Things. I don't remember the name of the character he plays, quite honestly. And he gets told he looks like an older version of Finn Wolfhard, and he gets told he looks like a younger version of Weird Al. And Weird Al was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry to both of you for that." And they were playing Wheel of Fortune, and they got to the character customizer thing, and one of them accidentally clicked. All right, hang on. One of them accidentally clicked continue before they were ready, and so all of the characters looked the exact same. And Aaron or Dan one made the joke. They were like, "Oh, actually, I'm just going to show you guys the fucking clip at this point. Because I can't do the delivery as well as the one and only Weird Al did. So if Firefox will respond to me, I will show you.
It's a guest on the show. When the show, its name is Guest Grumps.
Right.
What the heck? And welcome to a very, very special episode of Game Grumps.
Is it special, Dan?
How special is Danny?
Oh my God! Spoilers, Al.
Oh, sorry.
We have our new friend Weird Al Yankovic here.
Yay!
It is so cool that you're here.
Oh, I want to be Aaron.
I'm kind of down.
Same.
Okay. All right.
Oh, Al, you may want to be like perhaps 1 or 2 inches back from your
Oh,
mic.
all right.
No, you're fine. Everything's fine. Let's all be this.
I'll just talk louder. Is this okay? Is this working for you?
Everyone
good.
really
Okay.
appreciate that.
Can we all be this same guy? I'd really like.
I want to be Aaron.
I'm kind of down.
Okay, cool.
No, wait a minute. So what did we just? What did we just do?
I guess we started.
Oh, we're starting the game.
It's
Oh, you'll learn a little something. I like this about this game. You'll learn a little something. It's not just playing.
the first game show to have closed captioning, but it's already on the screen. Of course it's closed captioning.
That's an excellent point. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
It's a game of visual words.
What did they guess? Oh, an L. Got it.
I feel like a drone.
It's fine. We can get away with showing
get up
game.
and-
America's game. America.
That's where we find out that this was based on like a Russian game show or something. That's America's game.
What, Aaron? Is that you?
That's me.
This is a nightmare.
That's Dan, I think.
Like, is it? Wait a minute. Are we all the same guy?
Yeah, we absolutely.
And that's you, Al.
3 identical strangers.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Wow.
And that's you.
Like, is it?
One more
Wait a minute,
time.
are we all the same guy?
Yeah, we absolutely.
And that's you, Al.
3 identical strangers.
3 identical strangers came from the one and only Weird Al Yankovic on an episode of Guest Grumps. The more you know. The more you know. That's where it came from. Like I said, maybe it's a little underwhelming of an origin story, but I also think it's kind of funny. Like, I personally think it's kind of funny that that's where it came from. Because it's just one of those things where it's like, all right, well, this is a niche piece of information Xander's brain held on to for so long that it became a reference that became its own thing. It's like, the big trucks is going to eat the little trucks is a quote from the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour 3. Like, I don't know what to tell you there. I've said that story. I've told that story plenty. Like, the big trucks is gonna eat the little trucks comes from the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour 3, which is the crossover between Fairly Odd Parents and Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. Right. And in it, there's a monster truck rally going on, or there's a monster truck rally that's going to be happening, and Sheen, Jimmy's stream is not going to get taken down, JT. Do you know how many people regularly upload Game Grumps clips to YouTube as their own thing? It's gonna be fine, dude. I genuinely wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, two very goated shows. You are correct, Zach. But yeah, no, it's funny that two of my favorite things to say just kind of came from these very random places. Like I call the three of us three identical strangers, which came from Weird Al on an episode of Game Grumps, and then the big trucks is gonna eat the little trucks came from Jimmy and Neutron. Because in the episode Jimmy gets his brain drained by Shirley, the villain of the movie. He steals Jimmy's smarts, and Jimmy, being an idiot, comes across a monster truck rally poster, and he goes, "Monster trucks! The big trucks is gonna eat the little trucks!" Now that I obviously can't show. For obvious reasons. Oh yeah, Fairly Odd Parents took a major downturn in the 2010s. Those early seasons are goated. The first season with Poof is fine, but after that it kind of loses me. My favorite episodes are the ones with Norm the Genie in them. First time he's around, he's voiced by the late great Norm Macdonald. After that, he's voiced by someone else. But Norm the Genie is my favorite Fairly Odd Parents villain, so... And what's really funny is if you watch the first episode with Norm in it, or actually I think all the episodes with Norm in them, the little opening title card, it has like a riff of like Never, like Friend Like Me in there, which I think is hilarious because that's my favorite Disney song. Like, I'm not a big Disney guy, but that is the Disney song that I do enjoy out of all of them. Should have had Timmy Turner to ARW. Nah. If anything, I'd have added, Jorgenvop Strangle, Puny Turner, you're breaking the rules. I'm going to have to take your fairies from you. Oh my god, is Carnal just Jorgen's voice? Is that just what Carnal has been this whole time? Is a bad Jorgen von Strangle impression? Am I only just now realizing this fact? Whoops. Because I never noticed that fact. God, I'm moving kind of in slow motion over here getting these mods installed, but I know I need to do it. Because like I've been neglecting this for so long that it needs to get done. 5-2. Alright. Why are you the way that you are? That's my response to that, JT, is just, why are you the way that you are? Yeah. I got nothing to say to you on that one. Alright, I can't guarantee that there's going to be a Lone Star tomorrow. If there is, it's going to be very late. Like, it's going to be like 7 o'clock at the soonest. Because I got to do 3 matches, 2 segments, obviously. 3 segments, actually, this time around. But I need to get it done, is the issue. I don't have time to do any parts of it tonight. Because I got to wait for the entire game to bake tonight. I will do my best to make it happen for tomorrow, but like it might be like 7 o'clock when it airs. But like I said, I want to get it out. The fishbowl episode. When Timmy went to the castle. Oh yeah, that's a good episode. It's a very solid episode. Let's see. I'm not gonna get everyone modded in tonight. I'm just gonna essentially get who I need to in, and then maybe I'll try and get part of I'll try and get part of Lone Star done, because like Lone Star has now gone almost 3 weeks without the episode it's supposed to have had. There we go. When in doubt, cage match. All right, 6:39. The nice thing about Raw going off the air at 10 o'clock is that I can stay live for this. I got like this hour wiggle room right now to stay live and do this. It's weird that 1 minute you get weird questions, the next we talk about Fairlight Paris. No, I'm used to JT's antics at this point. That's why I just kind of shake my head and say, why are you the way that you are now? Because, like, I'm used to it. It is it's a part of the stream that I just have kind of learned to expect. Let's see, do I want to squeeze anyone else in there tonight? Keep me on my toes? Kinda. I think I've modded in everything I needed to. What's a goated episode of Jimmy Neutron? I don't know. So I like Jimmy Neutron a lot, obviously. It's one of my childhood shows. The Daddy-O episode where Hugh becomes cool is obviously iconic for memes. Any episode with Hugh Neutron is like as a prominent character is great because he's the best he's the best cartoon dad Nickelodeon ever made because he was the only he cared about his son's well-being, and yeah, maybe he wasn't that smart, but he cared, and he raised Jimmy right, taught him important things, disciplined him when he needed to be disciplined. But then there were also moments like, "You been lifting the free weights, son? I can spot you if you need me to. How much your bench? 4,000 pounds?" Which means Hugh can canonically spot 3,000 to 4,000 pounds. Just saying, like, anyone else realize that fact? What else? What are other great episodes? The Power Hours are like my favorite episodes for obvious reasons, but I watched through the show pretty recent, or not pretty recently, probably 2 years ago at this point. I was living alone. Alex wasn't living with me yet last time I watched it, actually, so it's been almost 3 years since I last watched it, which is kind of crazy to think about that Alex and I have been living together for almost 3 years. We've been together for almost 8. That's weird. Good weird, but weird. Hadn't thought about that in a while. But anyway, yeah, so what are good episodes of Jimmy Neutron? I'm trying to think. Because like I said, I like the show a lot. I've been watching LSM Universe Raw lately. I'm loving it. Oh, thank you, Pop Shot. Welcome to what the live streams look like. Raw's been off the air for half an hour. I'm still live, and we're talking about Jimmy Neutron of all things while I'm getting mods installed for 2K24. But yeah, God, what are some of the best episodes? I would have to rewatch some to know for sure, but like the episodes where they get powers are fun. Specifically where Jimmy becomes like the Julk, the Jimmy Hulk, as just in part because of the "You've been lifting the free weights, son" quote, with it then being made canon that Hugh could spot 3,000 to 4,000 pounds. Because Hugh Neutron is just a goat like that. But other than that, like I said, there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones. Yes, the End Men. That's right. The Neutron Men. WWE Rings and Penta. They probably will. So, great news, everybody. Did accidentally forget to save the Superstar database folder before I started baking my game, which is where, for those that don't know, baking is when the mods get actually like forged into the game. Oh, Crimson Chin and Ultra Lord. Here's the thing. We've never actually seen Ultra Lord do anything in Jimmy Neutron, right? You look at the episodes, Ultra Lord's kind of a scrub. Anytime we've seen Ultra Lord, he's getting beat or he's getting captured. Whereas the Crimson Chin, the Crimson Chin is the Crimson Chin, You look at him and he is just raw power. And he's got the da na 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 bam bam da 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 na 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 na. Hold on. No. Hold on. Hold on. No. Hold on. Have I just realized something? Hold up. No, never mind. I thought I was on to something. I wasn't. I thought I was on like a weird theme song conspiracy thing there. I thought that the Crimson Chin theme was remastered to then be the theme for Butch Hartman's biggest flop of a show, Tough Puppy, which was a fine show, I guess. Haven't watched it since it first aired. I liked it when I was a kid, but Jimmy's mom's got it going on, Carl Weezer instead of Jesse's mom. Yep, I have heard people do that cover before. Carl Weezer is an icon, as we know. But my conspiracy theory with Stacy's mom is that the song Jesse's Girl, which came out about 15 years earlier, roughly, Jesse's Girl was ultimately seduced by the singer of the song, right? Okay. And Jesse's Girl and the singer of the song Jesse's Girl end up having a daughter named Stacy. And because we now know that Jesse's Girl is quite the attractive woman, that we would know that in fact that means that Stacy's mom does in fact have it going on. I have no thoughts on Timmy Turner's mom in her swimsuit. She's from a children's cartoon where not a singular character in Fairly Odd Parents is designed to be attractive in that way. So I don't really have opinions. She's also just a shitty mom, so that takes a lot of points away on things that would make me like her in any way, shape, or form. Timmy's parents need to bite the curb in 4K, man. I cannot stand Timmy's parents. If I could fight any cartoon parents, it would be them. I hate them. Hate them. Yeah, I'm with Pierre on this one. Just no. Stop it. Get some help. Early season Peter and Lois were really good parents. Peter was an actual... Hold on. My whole computer's just moving in slow motion here. Like, in the early few seasons of Family Guy, Peter cared about his family. He was a good dad. He was a real family guy.
He said it! He said it!
So, I can't say the same about Timmy Turner's parents. Later on, really around the part where Seth MacFarlane left the show, which I believe... When did Seth MacFarlane stop writing for Family Guy? When did Seth MacFarlane leave Family Guy? Okay, yeah, Seth MacFarlane is not written for Family Guy since 2009, right? And you go back and you look at Family Guy in 2009. Family Guy, 2009. That would have been season 7, right? Season 7 was 2009. And like you look at the episodes that were in 2007 or in season 7. That is Seth's final actual season on the show. And you've got Road to Germany in there. You've got Baby Not on Board. You've got The Man with Two Brians in there. Last term that I was in was Seth Rollins over the year. And how weird have we changed over the years, huh? Let's see. Tales of Third Grade Nothing. Absolutely amazing episode. I'm looking at the other episodes on here. The 420 episode, you know, all you really need is a bag of weed. That one. Steroids, another amazing episode. Like, season 7 is so good. And then season 8 is also really good. Season 8, I think, is actually the last year Seth worked for the show. Season 8 was Seth's last show. Or last season, actually writing the show. Because you got, like, Road to the Multiverse. That's my favorite episode. Season 8 has some of my favorite episodes, period. It's got Road to the Multiverse in it. Spies Reminiscent of Us. Spies Reminiscent of Us is a fantastic episode. The introduction of Jerome, who started out as one of the best characters, like best new additions to the show. Let's see, you got Business Guy. I like that episode a lot, where Carter goes into the coma. Let's see. You've got the episode where Meg goes to prison in there. You've got, let's see, Go Stewie Go is another great one. Yeah, Jerome was a really cool and, like, multi-layered character, and then he just became the second black guy on the show. It's like, no, come on, he was such a cool character. Let's see. What other shows, or what other episodes were there? Brian and Stewie episode is a very strange one. The Splendid Source is fun. You got Something, Something, Something Dark Side, the Empire Strikes Back episode. And then you've got, yeah. And then I thought, and then there were fewer was on the, was and then there were fewer season 9? Yes. And then there were fewer is like the last really good episode I can remember. All-time favorite episode is when Stewie and Brian went back in time on the time machine, and the part is great with the reversal. Oh no! I know what episode. That episode is fantastic. That's a great episode. I hate that scene though because it's just so gross. You're good. You're good. I knew what you were talking about. The Family Guy Star Wars specials are just all amazing. I love them all. They all hold a very special place in my heart. And I will never forget, this is one of the funniest things I remember, okay? This is just a random Xander childhood story for you here. At this point, I'm staying live until I get the bloom that says that all files have been baked successfully. That takes upwards of half an hour sometimes. But anyway. Yeah, no, I just distinctly remember, okay? It is 2000... and hold on, I gotta fix the camera real quick because the camera is just way out of focus and it's gonna drive me crazy. It's like 2010, I think. I'm 10 years old, my little brother's 4. You know, not the age that should be watching Family Guy, admittedly, especially him, but my parents kind of gave up and realized I was going to find ways to watch it anyway. Because, like, in the nicest way possible, I'm kind of the smartest one in the family. I'm the only person, other than my mother's father, my grandfather on my mom's side, I'm the only person in my immediate family that's been through college. And I'm the only one in my family that's not done any kind of recreational drugs that would have messed with my brain. But for Christmas 2010, I believe it was either 09 or 010 or 09 or 10, I got the Family Guy Star Wars box set for Christmas. And I just distinctly remember I had seen Blue Harvest, I had seen Something, Something, Something Dark Side. I had never seen It the Trap. So Christmas night, I put that in my DVD player. I watch it. My younger brother is watching it with me. It's the uncensored version because it's on DVD. The next morning, my dad picks us up. We were staying at my grandparents', who had no idea what we were watching. They saw a cartoon. They walked out of the room. It was fine. My 4-year-old younger brother, maybe he was 3, I don't remember. It was either 2009 or 2010, looks at my father, 3 or 4 years old, and just goes, "Daddy, is fuck a bad word?" And I just so distinctly remember this. Just so bloody distinctly remember this. Just, I hear his voice still. He doesn't sound like that anymore. Obviously, he's 18 now, which is weird in its own right. But just, is fuck a bad word? Yes! Even I knew that, and I was 10! Oh, I still give him hell about that sometimes. I have to. Oh my god. If you guys saw my younger brother now, like when you guys saw him, it was in the Hardcore Scramble. That was the last time you guys saw him. Actually, no, the last time you guys saw him was Survivor Series 2020 predictions when we did the Fatal 4-Way Tag Survivor match. Like, if I go over here to the channel, now I come down here to predictions and reactions. First of all, look how young we look in this early one. This was 5 years ago almost. But like, Survivor Series comes along, and this was the last time my younger brother ever... No! The last time he appeared was Money in the Bank, actually. Because I roped him into being in the Money in the Bank predictions warfare with me and Adam and everyone else, where everyone was represented by someone in the ladder match.
Hello, LS11 Universe. For 313 days, you have known me as your predictions champion.
This was before I owned an actual suit.
Xander LS11, the savior of the LS11 universe, has arrived. And I am being challenged. It's
I went just full Seth Rollins with this.
My evil twin of YouTube.
Because Adam and I do look a little alike. I've grown out my hair. I haven't seen him in a couple years now. But we... Oh, this was the actual predictions. The watch-along is what I'm looking for. Because Adam was actually in the watch-along with me. Like, there was a period in time, never forget, there was a period in time where Adam, Matta, and I...
They're not going to add a stipulation.
Like, Matta was kind of the third guy on the channel. To the point, his name was on the banner for a couple
years. I would highly...
He was around for so long, his name was on the banner. But then the men's Money in the Bank ladder match came, and the point of it was that we were doing... oh my god, I forgot.
Going on?
The way we did the men's ladder match was it had 8 people in it. I got 8 different people to send me in videos, and I had them draw names at random of who they were being represented by. And so here are the clips of that.
What the fuck is happening?
Oh, this was when Peacock was going insane as well.
In the element by our celebrity guest. Kevin Owens is out first. Kevin Owens is...
I built up that we had a celebrity guest that Kevin Owens was representing in this ladder match.
Being represented by our celebrity guest. Let's get him out here.
Hang on, is Kevin Owens... Is the person Kevin Owens representing out here? Okay, oh, he's here. Where is he? Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here. Great to be here on LS11 Universe. Here for my Money in the Bank prediction. I've been told I'm being represented by Kevin Owens in small relation to the fact that Xander used to watch a certain YouTuber who used Kermit the Frog as the voice for Kevin Owens. Some people might know who I'm talking about. Anyways, I am just here to say that I am being represented by Kevin Owens because he has the best frog splash in the business. Huh. Anyways, yes.
What did I just
Kevin
come
Owens
back
wins
to?
the briefcase. I will challenge Xander at SummerSlam for the predictions title. Yay!
Oh my god, Meta, our celebrity entrant is Kermit the Frog.
Wow.
All right, who's being
So
represented?
the funny thing with Adam, right? He was so not into the clones and the characters. Like, he never wanted Carnold in videos with him. The only clone he ever did content with was Mania Del Xander. And that was the only one that he could take seriously. And so, like, just a wow when Kermit shows up. But yeah, like, here's what my younger brother looked like in 2021, right?
Jeez.
This.
Represented by Money in the Bank.
Do I have to do this?
Hey, did you want the Zach space or not?
I'm Sid. Fan favorite. Who do I have?
Ricochet.
Oh. Ricochet?
Okay, and why do you think he's gonna win Money in the Bank?
That's gonna cost some Zaxby's or ice cream.
Are you little? He was just not into doing it. Like, my younger brother's not been into wrestling in years, but he humored me and did that. And I told him I'll give you the guy that's definitely not winning it. And I gave him Ricochet. Bring Adam back to join the Electoral Lines. I text him every so often. Like, we do chat occasionally. If I can find my phone, I'll tell you guys the last time I actually text him. Where is my phone, actually? I haven't messed with it all stream. I'm just now realizing that. Like, this is the first stream in a while. Because I was so busy cleaning my room. Hold on. Is my phone even in the room with us? Hold on. Oh, there it is. It is over here on my mom's Christmas gift. I got a wrap. Do chat GPT. I don't like using it too often. Alright, let's see. I'm going to delete a lot of these automated messages real quick while I do this. Because I've got so many automated messages from my delivery jobs. Oh, my character AI. Is this a first time ever match KO Gargano? I forget there's been a long time. No, it's not. Season 3, they had a few. They had a feud in Season 3, actually, when Johnny was champion. There, I just got rid of 41 automated text messages. A couple more sets of messages I don't need anymore. Alright, let's see. Where is Adam? I think I just have him on my phone as Adam Matta. Okay, last time Adam and I talked was almost a year ago now. It was December 28th last time I talked to him. Unless, did I text him through... I might have texted him through Snapchat last, actually. 7 months ago still, but, yeah. Our last conversation was 7 months ago. I should check in on him sometime. Alright, cool. There, yeah. Talk to him now. It's 11 o'clock at night, and the guy has an actual job. I'm not gonna do that to him. Yeah, let's see if I can just, because Zach mentioned it, let's see if I can find the first ever Owens Gargano showdown. Because I vaguely remember when it happened. And I do mean vaguely. It was on an episode of SmackDown because it was going to Money in the Bank season 3, I believe. Hiring for LAW. Well, there is that guy El Mata who looks suspiciously like Mata in LAW, so how's the future? What? I don't know what you mean by that, Pop Shop, but all right. Not sure what you mean by how's the future. Alright, so it would have been around this point in the series. So we would have just finished up WrestleMania here. Johnny's champion at this point. Kevin's been gone since WrestleMania. We started AEW. It's only 9:51. Oh, you're in a different time zone. Got it. Future's fine, I guess. Okay, so here's where Kevin showed up. Thoughts on waifus? You've seen my mouse pad. That tells you all you need to know. All right, yep, a real challenger. Here we go. Now I'm starting to remember the context of what happened here.
Hello, it's 11 Universe, it's Xander, and welcome back to WWE 2K Universe Mode.
Okay, at
welcome
this point I sound like I do now. There are old episodes where I sound very different.
SmackDown, we are on the road to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. We got a lot going on tonight, ladies and gents.
Yeah, because we had Michin versus Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose would win Money in the Bank that season. And then Rampage, Ricochet, and Cross had a bit of a showdown. Then Corbin showed up, and
well, here's the SmackDown General Manager.
Corbin showed up to challenge Ricochet. I don't remember that at all, but alright. Oh, the interesting times of LS11 Universe. Why was this tag match? Oh, this was a Money in the Bank qualifier, is what it was with Finn and Roddy. And then what was the deal here with Gargano? What was the deal?
So, my message from the World Heavyweight Champion that I've been given for why he's in action tonight. Johnny Gargano said after Jeff Hardy's victory last week that he believes Jeff Hardy is nothing more than a washed-up has-been, and he had a fluke win in the Battle Royal last week. And Johnny, as the World Heavyweight Champion the people deserve, as he said, keep in mind this is a direct quote from the champion, knows that he is so much better than Jeff Hardy that tonight he wants to make an open challenge. Non-title to anyone on the SmackDown roster. So that he can give the people the quote-unquote pay-per-view main event match they deserve. So who's going to accept? What?
Yeah, then that was the return of Kevin Owens. They had the match, and Kevin just won, right? He beat
Started on a champion. 1, 2, Kevin Owens. His back turned. Jeff Hardy slipped in with a twist of fate.
Then, what is next? Hey, God, my blood. Because if you didn't know, the best way to guarantee that I'm going to reply to you is to ask me a question, reply to yourself again. And then, there was a point where someone was coming into the comments and calling everything we did underrated. It was like, underrated show, underrated thumbnail, underrated series, underrated match, underrated graphics. It's like, don't think that word means what you think it means. Don't think underrated means what you think it means. Not everything can be underrated, then nothing is underrated anymore. But yeah, no, the biggest pet peeve of YouTube commenters for me at this point, right, is underrated comment. The biggest pet peeve of mine with YouTube comments at this point in my career is when I reply to someone, right? Like, say, Pierre leaves one of his nice Raw reviews he does, and say, I will reply that and be like, thanks, Pierre, for the review. Really appreciate it. And then someone were to go like, oh, Xander's replied to this comment. I should reply to Xander on this one about something completely unrelated. Like, just leave a new comment. I'm gonna get the notification one way or the other. Don't clog up someone else's mentions because you want to know if I'll add your character to LAW. But yeah, that Johnny attire, that was a really great attire. And I saw what you said there, Pierre, about I probably could have done more with Johnny and Kevin with that heel and face dynamic. It's like, on one hand, yes, but on the other, at that point, there was only 2 months left in Johnny's reign, and Randy Orton was a definite must. And then, of course, we know what was happening next. With one of the coolest openers to SummerSlam. Oh, wrong screen. One of the coolest... Yeah?
It's called Pie.
You're going to sit here and try and give me an ad block when I have an ad block already installed?
Hello,
Occasionally
Celebrity
ads
Universe,
slip
it's
through.
Xander, and
actually-
welcome to the third annual SummerSlam. Should all go well, the final pay-per-view on WWE 2K19.
I'm like, yeah, we're going to start off with the
Intercontinental
Intercontinental
a bit
title.
under SummerSlam later. Championship.
Then Johnny
These
comes
two
out and he's
halfway.
like,
No. Hell no. Hell no. I will not be a middle of the card world
I'm not gonna be a
champion.
middle of the card world champion.
So I hope that
Brings
maybe
up
Gargano
Seth.
swapping
Seth had
around
been
the
telling
order
on the previous
of the way to
episode,
going
I got
to
a surprise for you.
hang up. Yesterday I told you I had a bit of a surprise for you.
This is before I learned.
You
to
know,
push
I
the left
promised
control
I'd have a
stick to make them
surprise,
not
and
go.
well, I think it's a good time to reveal it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the special enforcer for this matchup. The what now? Oh my
I'm not
God!
gonna ever replicate that noise
The
again.
man is back for the first time in a year.
And you gotta love this. Is
Becky
the other thing.
Lynch is here. She is the special
The other thing that
enforcer
annoyed me during
for
this,
Seth
right?
Rollins tonight. Many have said since the Rollins and Gargano
Like, this
blood
kind of shit is
feud
what bothers
started
me,
the
right?
night the
Like,
week after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Seth
Was it obvious the surprise was going to be Becky to counter Candice LeRae for the first time around? Yes. But just go like, oh shit, Becky's back. That's cool. Don't go, of course. I knew it. I'm so smart. I knew the most predictable thing was going to happen.
Rollins was gonna need some backup to contend with Candice LeRae.
Just have fun with it.
That the man's
Don't be a
man
smart
has
for the
come
smarts.
around. Becky Lynch is back
Becky showed
in
up,
LS11
and,
Universe.
It's a pretty solid SummerSlam
On the
title
outside,
match.
Becky Lynch can't do anything about it. She can't leave her corner. Otherwise, she risks Seth Rollins getting disqualified. Now Gargano dives to the outside with a punch to Rollins.
Also, the
Johnny
attires for
Gargano
both
now
guys
picking
were
Seth
on point.
Rollins
I was
back
very
up to
lucky
his
at
feet,
their
and
moments for
Gargano
both. Seth
grabs
with the
Rollins, who
white
throws him
beard
back
without
into the
blonde
ring.
streak in it, and
Rollins
Johnny in the,
follows Gargano
match
back in.
here.
Seth Rollins,
The
whoa,
War Games here.
crucifix, center of the ring. 1, 2, no, nearly
And
got
I think
him.
he wore this attire
Seth
one more
Rollins.
time in Universe as well.
Forearm strike to Gargano.
Busted out the,
Gargano
the
staggering.
mashing gear.
Rollins screams in his
on-
face as Gargano
At some
throws him in the
point
corner. Johnny
last
Gargano
season, I think.
grabs him, going for another lawn dart.
Was it in one of the
Gargano,
Gunther matches that he pulled out
lawn
this
dart to
attire?
Rollins.
Because I know he pulled out the Iron Man attire for the Rumble.
Now Johnny Gargano into a cover on Seth Rollins. Gargano 1, 2, no.
Oh
Seth
man, I'm so glad I
Rollins
don't do
gets
the
shoulder
timing
up.
pins anymore. I just do the rapid because the
Gargano,
timing
what's he
pins
doing
would
here? He's telling
stress me the
Rollins,
hell
get up
out.
again. Gargano might be looking to set up another Gargano escape. Well, Rollins DDT, planting
The finish comes
Gargano,
right here, right?
spiking him on
Or
his
like
head.
Johnny tried to get
Now
up or
Seth
something.
Rollins. Gargano is down. Rollins. Gargano's trying to get up. Curb stomp. A third
Keep in mind, I used to do
curb
this with no
stomp
indication
to
of if I had a
Gargano.
signature or
1,
finisher.
2,
I can't do that anymore.
3. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new world head intercontinental. Ladies
There
and
you go, that
gentlemen,
was,
up next, it's
And
time.
that began one of the best World Heavyweight title reigns in LS11 history, if you ask me. like you go in and you look at the World Heavyweight title. I'm still waiting on the game to finish baking, by the way, in case you were wondering. It's getting there. It is getting there. It's like halfway there. If it keeps going for too long, I will end stream anyway, just because I need to go to bed. But like, you gotta LS11 history. I gotta revamp this section to divide it up soon. Yeah, you go to the World Heavyweight title, which at this point I'm like, love seeing the peak of the demon behind Fan with that over the shoulder look. Oh yeah, I loved that as well. Oh, did it just finish? Oh yeah, it just finished. Nice, perfect. I don't know why. I gotta reset my router tonight or something because this has been going on all night. The only thing that's not acting weird is OBS. Of all things to not be acting weird tonight, OBS, right? Like, you go to the World Heavyweight title and it's like it goes in reverse chronological now. And in LS11 history, it's just it got rebranded the Universal title in 2016, then we rebranded it back, right? Well, like that's kind of the. I'm gonna refresh real quick just to show this off. The World Heavyweight title is the least changing world title in LS11 history, because like when you get to the show more, you're on only the 4th reign with the belt in LS11 history. Like there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In 5 years, there have been 10 reigns with this belt on the channel. Almost all of them cracking 100 days at least. Ironically, the only one that didn't was Drew. Whoops, the big triumphant one was the shortest one. But then, like, we don't count all of these, right? When I'm talking about greatest champions in LS11 history, I'm not talking about this retro series era, right? So, like, because there's a lot of these that we haven't seen anything from. And eventually one day I want this to all be filled out all the way back to, like, 2003 when the belt was introduced to WWE. But, like, you look at the title runs in LS11 history, right? You got Seth Rollins, first Universal Champion. Talk about the reign, make the Universal title its own instead of rebrand. We already have 2 world titles. The history is already made that this got swapped for big gold. That would be stupid. I'm just going to outright say it, JT. It'd be dumb to go, oh no, the Universal title is a different belt with a 4-year lineage. And then we just brought back the thing that was retired that should have never been retired. Also, we never unified the titles in 2013, so it wouldn't make any sense to have a 3rd world title for some reason. Anyways, he's the first champion. Can't fault him on that one. The title defenses were a little underwhelming, though. The first one against Andrade was kind of eh. We were trying to do something different. People weren't really getting behind it. And then it was Lashley at Super Showdown. That one was eh as well. It was Rusev at Money in the Bank. That was the first one where, like, if I'd been doing the stories the way I am now, I feel like there was actually something there with Rusev and Rollins at Money in the Bank. And then at that point, it was SummerSlam. Drew won it. We moved on. For a while, I'd have said Drew was the best champion because you just look at the names he beat. But he might have been a little plagued by constantly having to defend it against Seth. Like, I'll admit it. Maybe it wasn't the greatest move to have him defend against Seth like 4 times in his 6-month reign, or however long that was. Let's see, like, they are both underrated, but I don't know where he ranks, because it's like, he had it for, hold on, Clash of Champions, Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series, TLC, Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania. He had it for 8 months, right? So 8 months, pretty solid amount of time to have this belt. He was the one that brought back big gold. Like, you look at his run, though. He won it at SummerSlam. He defended against Kevin Owens in the middle of the show at Clash of Champions. He defended it against... Not in the LS11 timeline, it's not JT. Not in the LS11 timeline, it's not. You gotta keep in mind, these timelines are different. Same way that in LS11, the Women's World title was originally the Raw Women's title, and the WWE Women's title was originally the SmackDown instead of reverse like real life. Anyway, Seth inside the cell. Then he faced Seth in the 4v4 at Survivor Series and lost. Faced Seth in TLC and won. Kind of dominated. Had the match with was it Randy at the Rumble? Yeah. Randy at the Rumble, AJ at Chamber, Cena at Mania, Ciampa at Backlash. You put them in that order, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's great. This is still probably... It's up there for me. It's not the top anymore for me. This used to be my top one. That would mean I'd have to do a fake champion storyline for 4 years, JT, and I'm just not doing that. Like, and I'm just, seriously, man, I'm just not doing it. Universal title, like, it's already here. It's already here. It'd be stupid to retcon it after I've it'd be stupid to retcon it 5 years later. Like, Ciampa's reign with the belt, it's like, I have mixed emotions on it nowadays. I'm like, I love this reign because it was the first time we really made someone with a world title reign, someone that didn't have one in real life. I believe it was Drew. I believe it was Fiend and Bray that main event, or Fiend and Brock that main evented, actually. Let me double check. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was the Fiend that main evented. But I might have that backwards. It might have been the return of Rollins that main evented. No, you're right. It was Drew and Kevin. I could have sworn it was Fiend and... No, Fiend and Bryan main evented the Cell. That's what it was. They main evented Hell in a Cell in that underwhelming-ass match. Where the game triggered a squash match, and I just went with it because I wanted to be done with it. But, like, Ciampa's reign had its ups and downs, right? Like, having him lose to John Morrison in a non-title match was... a choice. When I look back at it. He won the belt at Backlash. He had the rematch at Money in the Bank with Drew. It was a great match. He won it clean. And then his next opponent was John Morrison and Edge in a triple threat. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest. It was originally just supposed to be John Morrison. Edge got added to it because there was just this movement of people constantly like, hey, Xander. Edge never got a rematch for the World Heavyweight title when he came back from injury. He had to vacate it when he retired. Hey, Edge should come back for the belt he never lost. Like, that's not the story I'm telling, but if it'll get you all to shut up, here's Ciampa versus Edge. And it wasn't like any one person in particular. There were a handful of people just saying, Edge needs to come for the world title. Edge needs to come for the World Heavyweight title. Like, yeah, maybe it should have just been Edge. But the original plan was John Morrison, so I had to add Edge in last minute. But after that, that's when the Gargano stuff started, I think. Hold on. Right? Let's see. So he wins it. I gotta remember where everything happened. He defends it against Edge and Morrison at Battleground, which is before SummerSlam. Who does he defend against at No Mercy? Was this Ali?
Hell is 11 Universe.
I don't think you were around yet, JT. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, this match. Yeah. This was a fantastic title match.
Now Bryan knocks Ciampa back, and Daniel Bryan, with a slap to the face of the world champion, uppercut from Ciampa.
This was like the match that I feel like made people finally go, okay, yeah, Ciampa's the top guy of this channel, huh?
Counters. Daniel Bryan went for a drop kick to the knees. Kicks him in the...
Because there were so many times in this match as well where, like, it looked like Bryan was going to win the belt. You can even see here I was worried I was accidentally going to win. You weren't commenting as much. You were around. You weren't commenting much. You occasionally commented. But that was about it. Now you can hear what I mean by my voice sounded different a few years ago, though.
Walking over that circular haired neck of Daniel Bryan. The
And
knee strike
bam,
position.
knee off the
Bryan
surgically
fighting
repaired neck.
in. Catching and clawing his way towards the... As Bryan's got the yes lock
It's
in,
funny, I feel like I could have
Ciampa.
cooked with this even more if
Bryan
I'd used two
Ciampa.
controllers.
Half banana
Nowadays, I've
foot
kind of
again.
reluctantly gone
Puts
around to
Bryan
doing
through
two
the
controllers.
ropes.
I think this was
Pulls
the
it
first time I
through.
used Willow's
Ciampa.
Bell.
Rope hung DDT.
Yeah, because I wasn't calling it Willow's Bell yet. That was the first time he used it.
1, 2, 3.
And then the kind of controversial main event. Like, I've said before, this main event was just to get people to shut up about Seth winning the title. You know, like, Seth needs to face Finn for the title. It's like, alright, well, surprise. Buddy Murphy to the rescue.
Messiah with the Messiah Slayer.
Which, I mean, Seth and Finn did make sense here, but, you know, maybe it should have, like, opened if it was going to have the Buddy return. I don't know. This was just, like, at the peak of Seth Rollins being... I don't know. It was at the peak of Seth Rollins being one of the most over people on the channel. And some people were like, well, why didn't you put the belt on him? It's like, because the belt wasn't... The Monday Night Messiah was incredibly over. It was kind of crazy how over it was. And, like, a lot of people were like, well, why didn't you put the belt on him in that reign? Because it wouldn't have made sense. The whole story was he had gone this insane because he couldn't win the world title. It wouldn't have made sense for him to win it in that time. And, you know, should Samoa Joe have been the one to take the belt? You know, like, yeah, this was a choice for Ciampa. But then we got the real meat and potatoes of it here with SummerSlam. With Gargano Ciampa 2. And then Ciampa Orton happened. And this video is here too for some reason. And then, of course, the ending of the reign, which I think is the only reason it's as memorable as it was the ending of this reign. Buddy Murphy cursed in Almost 11.
Almost 11 Universe and Sarah, welcome.
This is one of, what, 7 Hell in a Cell matches we've done at this point? Because it was, the first season had 2. It had Seth and Drew and Fiend and Bryan. This season only had this one. Season 3 didn't have any. Yeah, Season 3 didn't have any. Season 4 didn't have one. We kept the cell away for a while. In fact, I think Season 5, Cody and Drew's rematch, was only our 4th Hell in a Cell match. And then Memphis Mayhem was technically Hell in a Cell as well. Oh my god, I loved this triple threat match, man.
It's over. Better.
And then no one really some people expected it. When Roddy won the IC title earlier in the show, people started to expect it. And, you know, we ended with the UE having all the gold.
But now it is the Undisputed Era's
Defining night. Actually played 2K20. So, YouTube for a long time claimed that we played 2K20 for a lot of the episodes. But it was modded 2K19, but I knew no one was going to click on 2K19. And so I just renamed the series 2K. Like, you can see early on, it was 2K20 very early on. It actually stopped, and 2K20 stayed on the thumbnail longer than it should have. It stopped being 2K20 actually here. But then I accidentally kept 2K20 in the thumbnail for a very long time. And the first time I changed it was actually here. Or no, here on the answer. Put the title on Aleister Black. That was Ray's move. Ray was like, Xander, he's not on TV right now. People aren't going to be as into it. I was like, all right. We'll do Samoa Joe. Ray's like, no, let's do Bobby Roode. All right. He's not on TV right now either, Ray, but sure. So we did Bobby Roode, and that was... I have some regrets about that reign. I've talked about that plenty, though. But, like, you got Ciampa. Then you got Cole. A little bit of a shorter reign than everyone else had along the way, but a very goated reign for Adam Cole. He wins it at Bad Blood. And then just, like... I'm too far back. He wins it at Bad Blood. First thing out of the gate, you're defending against John Cena. Well, shit. then TLC, you're defending against Drew McIntyre. Royal Rumble. On the road to Royal Rumble, Randy Orton. Royal Rumble, Daniel Bryan. Elimination Chamber, Tommaso Ciampa gets his rematch. WrestleMania, you're main eventing, buddy, and you got DIY surrounding you. Cole's reign was just bam, 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 big match after big match. And imagine it with the storytelling that we do now. That would be insanity. It goes into Gargano. One of the more underrated reigns. It was where the storytelling really started to be a thing in Alice 11 Universe. Storytelling became a lot more complex come season 3. And we started off Gargano's reign with a bang, with Seth Rollins being the first challenger. And oh man, were people furious with how this show went.
Hey, LS11 Universe, it's Xander. And Ray. And
This was the 3-month period where we thought Ray was going to be able to be on every pay-per-view for a while.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the first pay-per-view of season 3. Welcome to Backlash.
Backlash is here, ladies and gentlemen. What an amazing card we have for you here tonight. We're going to get some opening action here in a moment.
See.
Oh, let's not forget, Xander, our match this night consists of Bobby.
Did they main event? Yep, they main evented.
For the WWE Championship.
My people.
Pin. But LeRae again is distracting the referee.
Ref, get her out of
Candice LeRae was the frequent problem for Seth Rollins.
Multiple times.
The referee's had enough. Wait a minute.
And then we had the debut of our version of The Way, which was Rampage in Indy instead of Austin Theory. In part 1, because we had more ideas for Austin Theory later in the season. And 2, in the moment, Austin Theory was kind of in the center of some speaking out controversy, which turned out to be false, fortunately. I, more than anything, regret not giving Samoa Joe the title run in Season 2.
The super kick to Rollins.
That's what I regret more than anything.
Cover. Not like this. Gargano retains.
Rampage Brown.
And it ended with the formation of The Way.
Johnny Gargano.
And Johnny's reign was pretty interesting from there on out, because he had his next challenger ended up being Ricochet, of all people. And that was Ray wanted to do that to call back to the takeover match where Ricochet won the Cruiserweight title from Johnny. This pay-per-view was a shit show. I do not like this show for many reasons. First of all, November 20th, 2021, premiere of November 19th. Why did this happen? I was out of state at a wedding, November 19th and 20th, and I wasn't sure I'd be able to do the premiere. So I did it Friday night, while SmackDown was airing in real life. There was no one in the chat this whole pay-per-view. There were like 2 people, and that was it. I was
Hey, LS11 Universe, it's Xander.
And Ray.
And welcome back to WWE 2K
But-
Universe mode. Welcome to Vengeance.
Xander, we have quite the card.
It was a
here, and
fine
another
show,
pay-per-view.
but like the triple threat opener cooked. I really enjoyed that with Samoa Joe taking down LA Knight and Mustafa Ali.
The ropes. He can't get to the rope.
Knight for LA Knight.
It was more the
Samoa
circumstances
Joe
surrounding the show.
retains the United States. Remember, Ciampa was Superstar of the Year in Season 2. He's been
Ciampa and Lashley had their match, and this was one of and this was just to show how far Ciampa had kind of fallen from Gargano's betrayal. Was Lashley just beat him clean?
At one point, he hit the fairy tale ending.
So few people have ever beat Ciampa clean at this point that Lashley was one of the first. It was like Gargano at WrestleMania, Roman inside the chamber, John Morrison. John Morrison didn't beat him clean. But like it was those 2, and then nobody else for a long time, and then here.
If you don't think
Roderick Strong just fighting for what was left of the Undisputed Era, and then it turned out that he was actually the bad guy the whole time.
Scarlett, like he could lose. He hasn't lost
Bald
to-
Menace Cross just murdering him.
from Scarlett.
look,
Rhea and Raquel had their match. I wish I had done more with these 2.
Champion.
we could
This was the
Xander,
match that made me want to have Raquel be the one to beat
another
Rhea.
riptide.
My God,
Because I really like this match. And yeah, Gargano Ricochet, this was just This was a world title match in the middle of the show. No one thought Ricochet was winning it. They were right.
And retains the world.
Big E and Walter, now Gunther. This was the story that Big E had been separated from New Day in the draft because they'd gone to NXT and he'd stayed on Raw. Or he'd gone to Raw because he was on SmackDown. And he was constantly in these 3-on-1, 4-on-1 situations. And so he was getting outnumbered frequently. He was back in his own cast. Big Bill's doing stuff in the universe. I don't want to touch Enzo with a 30-foot pole. That is just... I just don't like the guy. I don't want to use him. Rated RKO on the Vikings. That was a fine match. Candice and Indy's first showdown was cool. Although we know Indy would be champion a year later. Usos Imperium for the Raw Tag titles. That was a fun match. I remember that. This match was to get Seth Rollins on the card.
Seth, we're coming in to team up against the team of Hit Row.
This match was to get Seth Rollins on the card.
There's 2, there's 3.
Because he was so popular, he needed something. And then little did everybody know where this match was going. Rude got the win in the end.
Calling for the end.
Little did everyone know. But that's besides the point. Gargano's title run at that point, you know. We just talked about the Kevin Owens stuff earlier. That's how we got on this tangent. He had the ladder match with Gargano, and it was the 3-way ladder match. It was Gargano, Owens,
Xander, and welcome back to WWE
Party.
2K Universe Mode. Welcome to the
Fairly long match. It was one of Jeff's final matches before he got released later that year, because this premiered a few days before his release. So he got like one more month. This is a fun match. I had a lot of spots in it. Jeff threw caution to the wind, which ended up costing him in the end. Johnny dropped everybody and kept his title. Seth versus Dijak Thorne and Mace more like it. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. I was thinking Seth needed to be on the card, and that was it. And then the end of Gargano's, the beginning of the end for Gargano, main event of this show, last man standing. I really like this match. Gargano and Orton kind of have a forever feud in LS11 Universe. Thoughts on CFOS or CFOS? They made some good stuff. Rebel Heart, No One Will Survive, Root of All Evil,
Gargano telling the ref to count.
Worlds Apart.
Oh, Gargano. RKO!
And then I just love the finish of this match mainly, right? Because the whole thing was about how Orton cost Gargano a month of his career last year by punting him. And it's last man standing, so Randy's threatening to put Gargano out for another month and end his reign. And then, bam! Randy slides into the punt. Game, Seth match. Oh yeah, it worked out pretty well for Thorne and Dijak in the end. Poor Mace. And then everyone knows what happened there. This is the best world title reign in LS11 history. I'm sorry, Ray. I know. You love this one. This is the best world heavyweight title reign in LS11 Universe. At the very least, this is the best babyface world title run in LS11 Universe. Out of all of these runs, it's the only one where there's no kind of heel-face switch throughout it other than this one. You look at Seth's run with it. I'm not going to click through everything. He has that killer opener here. He's immediately facing new talent every week. He faces Austin Theory on SmackDown. He has matches with everyone on SmackDown along the way. We say farewell to 2K19 as well. He kicks off 2K22, has a hell of a match with Pete Dunne, tears the flippin' house down, goes into a feud with Damian Priest, which has some great promos, some great battles in it. And, I mean, beats Damian Priest, where the Super Stomp debuted, was at Bad Blood Season 3. Even with Roman Cesaro as the overshadowing match, Seth and Priest stood out. And then just a few weeks later, I hate to kind of say it this way, Seth's reign was kind of made even better by this moment. where everyone thought Cena was going to be his challenger
My way through SmackDown.
at Survivor Series. And it was the triple swerve. It was Cena, and then
Man has so much history.
it was actually Drew.
Drew McIntyre.
I had been teasing something big for Super SmackDown all this time, and everyone was like, oh, it's that Cena's going to be challenging Rollins. Well, surprise, it's actually that Drew is on SmackDown now. Everyone's like, all right, well, that's a good surprise to end on.
To deal with in Survivor Series.
And then,
At Survivor Series, you're going to face the newest member of SmackDown, a man I've had some issues with in the past, but a man who grabbed the brass ring and shattered the glass ceilings others placed above them. You're going to face this man.
and then the doom, doom. Everyone knew by this point. I had teased it so hard in promos, in posts, and everything else that I waited until the last possible second to do the big moment. And like I said, by this point, everyone knew what was coming. But it was one of the quickest turnarounds we'd ever done on a debut. Yeah, this was the debut of the regime.
What?
Because it was the return of the man who would become the main character of the channel for a while. That created wrestler isn't the best, but it was what we had to work with. 2K22 was very early at this point. The game had only been out for a month. We didn't have people like Iconic 2K yet.
The American Nightmare!
And it was made by Dre41, who is a great call maker. Just something was off with this Cody. People think it was carrying crossfires.
Cody
No?
is on SmackDown!
Cross was still fired at this point. No? People thought essentially they were like coming into the show, they're like, oh, it's going to be revealed that Cody's going to be Seth's challenger. Well, Cody didn't show up. Cena did. All right, it's going to be Cena. Suddenly it was Drew McIntyre. All right, well, Drew McIntyre's on SmackDown. He and Seth are running it back 2 years later. That's going to be the wrestling has more than one royal family. And there's Cody. Because the regime became such a big part of Seth's title run from this point, right? Like, Seth's feuding with Drew. They run it back at Survivor Series. They have a banger of a match. And then Seth on the road to Cyber Sunday. And this match alone is part of what makes me consider Seth Rollins the best World Heavyweight Champion in LSL in history. And I thank all of you for voting the way you did. Seth was only supposed to face Gable or Ilya or Braun in a one-on-one match, but somehow you all brought it down to 33 1/3% across the board. And so it was a fatal four-way.
Seth Rollins up on the shoulders of Gable, who stun guns him into the corner. Gable now kicks Dragunov in the ribs.
And there's even a point in this match where Braun has the belt won, but
Steiner rolling out of the ring. Gable grabs Dragunov and Chad Gable.
also Braun missed the memo that everyone was supposed to wear red in this match.
Dragunov fights back against Gable, and Ilya Dragunov grabs the former Cruiserweight champion.
I think Ilya took the
back
pin.
of Rollins.
It was either Ilya or Gable. I don't think... Well, it might have actually been Braun. My God, I think it was actually Braun.
Boot to Gable as well.
I was going to say I didn't remember Braun taking the pin, but yeah, he did.
1, 2. Too little, too late for Dragunov. Seth Rollins.
The only thing I wish would have happened from here is I wish I'd spun that into Ilya and Rollins at the Rumble. Because Ilya could have been like, I was this close to breaking the pin. But then, we got Seth and Cody at the Rumble instead. Which arguably, not even arguably, was just factually was the right move. Because it did set a precedent for something that we wouldn't ship. It was the first and only time for over a year that in LS11 Universe, as part of the Raw roster, that Cody Rhodes ate a pin. Cody was Mr. Money in the Bank at this point, but Triple H was like, no, you're just going to get a title match. You don't have to cash in, bud. Anything for you, pal. And then the Super Stomp and Seth beat him. It was the only time Cody was pinned until SummerSlam the next year. And then the big challenge went down, and it was Seth and Cena at the Chamber. Great match, like Zach said. It's an underrated title match. The Finn match then happened at WrestleMania. Great match again. And then the cash-in ended the reign on a bang, not a whimper. Cody's reign, we could talk about that all day. It's second favorite for me. I prefer Seth's reign personally, but Cody's reign was good. The only reason I don't prefer Cody's reign to Seth's is it was so long, and it did need to be that long. It did. It benefited from being that long. That's what she said. It benefited from being that long. I said what I said. And it did benefit. But at the same time, it also suffered a little bit from that because it had to have repeat challengers. Like, you look at it, Cody won the belt, and then the first person he defended it against was Randy. Okay, that's once against Randy. Randy got sent to Raw. Then and Cody main evented every show from this point. Like, Cody wins it. He defends it against Randy at Payback. One of the hardest thumbnails I've ever made with that one, with the Cody and Randy split face thing. Kiss power roll on the forehead. Yeah. If my wife was okay with it. So Cody and Randy happens. Tyler Bate, the unlikely challenger, happens. At No Mercy. It's kind of a on that one. It's a double-edged sword on that one. Or no, they opened the show. They didn't main event. That was the first time Cody didn't main event with a title match. Because it was the return of Bray in the main event. Then it was the Gargano story. He faced Gargano twice. Made sense. It fit there. It made sense. To the point, people actually thought Gargano was going to win at people thought Gargano was actually going to win at the Money in the Bank show. Meanwhile, you had the three best singles guys in LS11 Universe going at it over on Raw. Cody and Gargano main evented. We did the Triple H betrayal, which made sense. It was Triple H officially making his allegiance to the Six. The Six, I'd say this is like the peak era of Cody's reign was this point. And then Karrion Kross happened, and just, moving on. And then we got another back-to-back. And I've talked about this one a million times. We all know it. We all love it. Night of Champions, Clash of Champions, Season 4. We all know it. We all love it. It is one of the craziest swerves we've ever done.
Kidding. Gets him up. Dolph.
Just no one expected. Everyone went into this. Like, it was unanimous across the board that Cody was going to win. And so seeing everyone be like, man, if only Dolph would win. I would love it if Dolph won this.
Oh, Dolph actually hits the ref.
But he's not going to.
Ziggler can't believe what just happened. Dolph just took
And
the
then...
referee. Oh, Cody came with the sledgehammer. Zigzag. There's a new referee. Ziggler. 1, 2. No way.
No one could believe it. And the chat room was like, no way. You're fucking kidding. Dolph actually did it. Dolph ended the reign. And we gave him the full title celebration just to reverse the decision. And have Cody win by DQ and lay him out. It was the first time we'd ever done something like that. And we don't do it often for the reason we don't want to oversaturate those kind of finishes. But my God, did it work. You all bought it. And then you wanted to see Dolph kick his ass even more. Oh, no, I didn't try and kick out as Cody. That was the plan. The Dolph getting the 3 count was the plan. Like, that was Ray's master plan in Cody's reign, was to do that moment. And, like, it was such a good moment, man. I loved that moment so much. And then we had Bad Blood, where we had the Cody cutter off the ladder. Cody retained. Win the Survivor Series, where it was announced it was going to be War Games. Love this thumbnail. One of the best thumbnails I've done for an episode. This was also the switch away from the real-life thumbnails. And we had War Games, which was really cool. Set up Bronson Reed as well. Forbidden War, he had to beat up his own brother. I'd still say we're kind of in the upswing of Cody's reign here. And it's like, you're probably thinking, well, where's the downswing? And it comes kind of after WrestleMania. Had to beat up his brother. Showed no remorse for it. Got put in there with Bronson Reed and was like, oh, fuck. I kicked out the one guy that could help me beat him. Oh, well. Hi, Solo. Brought Solo into the group here. And then finally had to do it. God, remember when I did Flash or LS11 kickoff to the weekend? The one time I tried that didn't really work. There was an attempt with this, like I was gonna do like a weekly wrap-up show, and just no one was really into it. Why was the royalties clip in here? I need to know real quick. What was the royalties clip doing in here? The Doctor was the host for this week's.
Hello, LS11 Universe. I'm the Doctor, and welcome to the first ever LS11 weekend wrap-up show. Now, you might be wondering why I'm the one hosting this. It's going to be a revolving door of cast members every week, but Xander said that there was something right about a man with an English accent hosting a wrestling news show. So join us as we start the first ever LS11 weekend wrap-up. We've got a lot of news for you today. We've got a lot that has happened on the LS11 Universe this week. We'll take it show by show. We'll take it beat by beat. We're going to
what happened here?
Stories. Now Marsha Slamovich and Killer Kelly appear to be a real-life tag team in Impact Wrestling.
Oh.
Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, the Beautiful People would win all the gold when they defeated Killer Kelly and Marsha Slamovich for the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. That being said, now Marsha Slamovich and Killer Kelly appear to be a real-life tag team in Impact Wrestling. Roll the clip.
Now, I'm not saying you owe me royalties for this clearly incredibly amazing idea that I came up with and you stole from me. I'm just saying maybe there should be a check in the mail first of every month. Yeah, I guess that's royalties. I guess that's what I'm asking for.
That explains that. I just need to know what the royalties clip was doing in there. But yeah, that was the end of LSWF. I was like, yeah, I'll just do a weekly news show. And like, yeah, those numbers were why it didn't continue. Same reason LSWF didn't continue. Final LSWF show barely cracked 200 views. Like, thousands of subscribers couldn't crack 200 views most weeks. But anyway, LIW is kind of the same way, but I enjoy that one enough to keep doing it for now. He had to beat Kevin Owens clean. And he actually did it. We got the WrestleMania match with Drew. Controversial as that was for some people. And I'd say the reign stayed great. But in retrospective, it was really great. But I'd say here is where it kind of started to lose steam. Solo hitting the spike on Roman was a huge moment. And maybe we shouldn't have run it back at Night of Champions. But there was no one else to do. Because I didn't want to do Seth. Because everyone was defending their titles that night. So Seth couldn't have gotten a chance. But it was like Roman got another shot. We had to bring in Batista to justify Roman losing to Cody. And then, you know, it's like Ciampa and Cody should have been this huge thing. And I think had they gotten a couple of months story, and I think honestly, with the hindsight that Ziggler got released, if we had held off on that moment, if Ciampa had gotten the ref bump, fairy tale ending, 1, 2, 3, and was just clutching Goldie as tight as possible, only for Hunter to come out and go, sorry you hit a ref, so you're actually disqualified. Oh, I feel like that would have been the better move. I actually suggested Frazier for Night of Champions. And Ray was like, nah, just let's do Roman again and we can bring in Batista. All right, boss, you're in charge of Cody's reign. Unforgiven was the Ciampa match. And it hurt so bad that no one saw a chance for Ciampa in this one. Just no one. Not a single person was like, ooh, Ciampa might win it. Everyone was like, yeah, Cody's just going to win. Money in the Bank had the last man standing match with Sammy, which was incredible. And then it was the road to SummerSlam. And that was the end of Cody's reign. Just because it's got like that 3-month lull period for Cody. That's why I put him below Seth. I'm going to get through this quickly. Drew's reign was short and sweet. It kind of needed to be after 475 days. He came in. He had his match with Randy. His first defense was not... He defended against Sammy. He defended against Cody inside the cell. He had his match with Randy. Dom cashed in. Never forget how angry people got about this one. Yeah, Cody Ciampa's like the one feud I wish I'd gotten to do more of with Cody's title run if it had been up to me. Dom's reign, I loved it. Everyone hated it, and it was the best because of that. Like, no one liked that that little fucker was champion for as long as he was, and it was great. Like, Dom won it at Survivor Series. This is where Dom won it. And then he beats Drew because of his dad being the ref and getting bumped, and that allowing Braun to give him the win. Then he's got to go face to face with Eddie Kingston, of all people. Like, and Eddie kicked his ass, but he only lost because Dom only retained because of Next Wave again being involved in a no holds barred match. Then he's got to face his dad, and he cheats to beat his dad. Then he has to face Randy Orton finally after he tossed Orton the title, and he only wins once again, this time because of Carmelo Hayes getting involved. And it's like, everyone knows Dom's time as champion is running out, and I do love the reveal. I love that it is like the reason. I hate the chat replay.
The LS11 universe is what?
Much. I don't know why it did, but like.
And now you two might think that the choice is very clear.
The entire reason Punk went for Dom was because Dom was like, "Nah, you should pick Gunther."
On who the best in the world wants to face. Who would make for the best WrestleMania main event? Who would make for the easiest payday? I've said before, I'm not here to make friends, I'm back to make money. But gentlemen, I slightly care what you both think. Well, one of you more than the other, no offense, Dom. But when I say that, I believe that I should at the very least let each of you try to claim why I should choose you. I gotta be honest with you. When I re-signed with WWE, dominant competitor of all time.
It's just the moment he makes the reveal is the funniest part to me.
Should be as loud as the I think the discipline should be as loud as the disrespect.
The discipline should be as loud as the
standing in this ring is a man who has disrespected his father. He disrespects this ring. He disrespects this company. And I can live with the last one. But what I can't live with is the disrespect for that championship. So, for that championship. So
you.
Like father, like son, at WrestleMania, I'm beating the shit out of Mysterio.
Wham!
Raw.
And that was just the perfect way to end Punk. Honestly, one of Ray's best lines with Punk is peanut butter in the mouth comment. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But, yeah. And so, yeah, and now Punk's in the middle of his reign, and he's just turned something we rarely do. We've had a heel turn in the middle of the run. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go to bed. I gotta shower and then go to bed, because, like, you can see the grease in my roots on that one, so I gotta go shower. All right, thanks for hanging out with me for an extra, 2 hours, everybody. If I have time, I will do another stream tomorrow. Don't count on it, though, because I gotta get Lone Star done. I would like to get Lone Star done and out tomorrow, but don't count on it, because I gotta go to work until 3 o'clock tomorrow. Or 3:30 tomorrow, actually. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Or I'll see you guys either tomorrow, or if not, then